2022. And welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And of course, we are hosted by the absolute best. Please, everyone, introduce yourselves.
6 foot plus of pure temptation, big Marsh on the east side, you know what it is already.
Back to the original, the ready salted one. Okay.
Who's chasing you? How do you said that so quickly?
I'm speeding now. Hey, we're on. Sound like
You can't
35
have sex today, it's
degrees.
Let's go.
Listen.
Yo, my goodness, is the shade queen. My royalty.
Yo, beautiful people. It's Khloe.
Don't talk slow. Don't talk slow on purpose.
Defending your right to watch series at any time you like. Yo,
That's
season 4 of Stranger Things
Oh,
is
go
cold.
away.
It's really, really good.
Go away.
It's really good. I just want to say that.
It's your boy, Big Man Youth.
Everyone go slow.
Pause.
Yeah!
The undisputed voice of reason. Pause. Mr. Rotations. Pause. Soon to be the fastest man on TDA. Emman.
You're a nuisance.
You know we're done.
You're
because
actually a
we actually
nuisance.
rated.
We actually rated. I was like, what?
We have
what's
never
he say
given him
next?
that much space ever. That was commanding the room. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, and they call me, man, the pro-black activist,
Come on.
TDA producer, news analyst,
Come on.
melanin jam-packed.
Oi, oi.
Period.
All right, guys. How's everyone doing?
Good, man.
Good, man. It's Friday.
It's Friday, the hottest day of the week, apparently.
How was it? Hotter than yesterday. Jeez.
It's like 33 today.
Yeah. What's your plans?
We in Dubai.
Well,
All right, then. What's your
how was it?
I'm going Manchester.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, see you on Monday. Okay.
Nice.
Anybody else going out to do some debauchery?
I'm going to do the butcher. I'm going to chill out, relax.
Why are you smiling though?
You can't say your sweet face, babes.
I'm always smiling.
Okay, no, you're not. No, you're not. Anyone else got
Um,
plans this weekend?
No, nothing I can think of. Just a chilled weekend.
Actually, yeah, just a chill weekend. I got dinner this evening. But other than that,
With who?
chilled. My girl.
Okay.
Must be nice.
Why is it silence?
Why are you-
What are you guys really up to?
Yeah, do you know what I
Everyone's
mean?
acting suspicious.
Really
Me, of
suspicious.
course.
What about you, man? What are you up to?
Not much.
Iman, do you see what happened to your car?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what happened to his car.
Tell everyone what happened.
Someone
Because I have a
threw
theory.
milk, a pint of milk,
It was the meat eaters.
on
Yeah.
Iman's car.
Probably.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
outside.
I didn't even think of
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah,
what?
it's
I'm
me.
out.
Oh, is that a hate crime because you're vegan?
Yeah, the meat eaters.
Maybe,
still.
it might be. You know.
Yo, that could actually qualify as a hate crime.
Because it's kind of like the
Yeah, but-
PETA people with the fur and the
Yeah.
blood.
yeah.
Imagine.
Here's some cow's milk.
We actually said this yesterday as well.
I knew it was a hot day because I even kind of
It stinks,
a
innit?
little bit said, it doesn't smell like this usually. What's going on here?
I've got cameras at home, innit?
So you're going to
I'm-
find
I'm
out. What are you going to do though?
I'm going to find him. innit?
Say it's
Set a
your
trap.
neighbor. What are you going to, like,
I'll
what
set
you,
a trap.
you're not going to go and just talk to them.
If it's my neighbour?
Yeah, if it's your neighbor.
Oh, no, I'll be issuing slaps then. That's what
Really?
Yeah,
You
100%.
don't seem like that kind of person to me.
Guys, it doesn't mean slaps of violence. It means like
Yeah, of
slaps of
course.
words.
Of words.
That's what I mean, of course.
Are you protecting us? We
Girl,
love it.
like on my bag after weeks of dedicated.
All right, guys. Well, let's jump into what's happening around the world because Marks has to go to Manchester.
Okay, so the upcoming rail strikes. So as we informed you all before, the biggest national rail strikes in 30 years are due to take place next week. So only about half of Britain's rail network will be open on the strike days, which is Tuesday 21st, Thursday the 23rd, and Saturday the 25th. So it's going to be a very limited service. So trains will only run between 7:30 and 6:30. So,
Do they know when people finish work?
boy. So yeah, Koya, please take note when you're coming.
It's not tube. It's rail.
What, 6:30, 7:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just 1 hour?
No,
Between 7:30
in the
a.m. and
morning.
6:30 p.m.
Just-
So
yeah.
that's peak
The
time.
whole day.
We used to go
pretty
to
much.
work and come back from work.
That's when they're striking?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're fuming that they didn't do it this weekend because it's a hot weekend. It's a good time to disrupt the...
So when's it next
And-
weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, during the week. It's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Yeah.
But it's
Um,
not affecting tube, innit?
Well, I'm about to come to that. So basically, if you do use the Transport for London, TfL, Underground, all of that, avoid travel on the Tuesday, 21st, because, yeah, all the tubes are going to be closed.
So I'll zoom in.
Might just take off, yeah.
You take a bus.
Take the bus.
Or you can do a carpool with Esther.
No, it's still tough to tube.
I get here too early.
And she gets there like really
Yeah,
early.
but you have to sacrifice
Yeah.
that day.
I
You
agree.
said-
No, first of all, let's
Oh.
not put it onto Esther.
By what time
No,
you
you
there?
were the one making sacrifices.
No,
Right.
no.
I guess 7:15.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. Will Central still be working?
She said, "The bus is still running. Can I
Also,
walk?"
yeah,
Cycle.
even though those are the like main days of the strike, it's
gonna
pretty much
affect.
going to affect the whole week, innit?
And do you know what? Something told me next week is going to be a little bit on top, you know? Something told
On top of
me.
what?
Just like on top, like in terms of like a little bit, not as smooth, not as easy. Something told me to
Okay.
prep.
The spirit was
Anyway.
telling.
So what did you do to prep?
I haven't
about
done
to ask
anything
that.
yet, 'cause I haven't, but now the voice has been confirmed, isn't it? It's like, okay, cool.
Now she can prep.
Because there's something else, there's other things happening next week as well in my personal life that's making it a little bit not as, but it's all right, we'll figure it out.
It'll
You
be a
guys-
good week.
Yeah, man.
Manifest a good week.
Yeah, man, come on.
Yeah, so that's the first headline. Okay,
Yeah, we'll do that. Manifest a good week.
speaking about these people that attacked my car, there's a war. There's a war in the vegan world. So there's basically been a serious back and forth here that's broken out after a popular plant-based festival chose a 400-year-old stately home, apparently known for its fishery and hunting parties, as its venue this year. So organisers of the 7th annual vegan campout have been accused of being hypocrites and not real vegans over their choice of hosts, and are now taking legal action against what they described as lies being spread by anti-vegan trolls. So this year's 4-day vegan affair will feature appearances from famous vegans like grime artist Jamie, TDA producer, news analyst Emman.
Hey, man.
What happened?
Okay, so continue.
Yeah,
No,
I'm,
he's
in, I'm, in,
actually
I'm in
in
the
there.
news, yeah. Model Heather Mills, comedian Simon Amstel. Yeah, obviously it's going to
The
be loads
creme de
like...
la creme, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So many took to Twitter to leave comments saying basically Stanford Hall is a shooting estate, therefore vegans should be boycotting the place, not supporting it. And others said veganism that turns a blind eye to blood sports isn't veganism. Other people were saying basically, why would vegans support murder?
So basically, they're all going to be in there with no trainers on. Basically.
Did they know that you support capital punishment?
I don't know.
They gotta
I
bring
can
that
tell
up.
them.
Why do vegans even need their own festival anyway?
What is a plant-based festival?
I know, this is what I was thinking. When I heard that, I
If
was
you guys
just,
heard the way Brent was laughing behind me.
from when I heard the plant-based festival, I said, what?
Is it a festival to raise awareness or something?
About plants?
I think it's just
It's
them
not festival,
enjoying
then.
life, man.
But
Yeah,
festivals
just a normal-
suggest
So what do you guys do at the festival for plant-based food?
hold
by-
corn
by-
in the air.
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there for it. It's not you guys. I'm not part of it.
Oh, you're not actually going to be there?
No.
So this is fake news on a news platform.
I mean, just...
You say raise, put your corn in the
Making
air.
them
wave
more
it
Is
like
interesting.
this,
Jamie
don't
going to be
care.
there though?
Yeah, he's going to be there.
Okay.
They asked me, but I said, please, relax.
Why? It's your
Are you
brain.
joking or?
One thing, you know what it is?
Do I
Yeah?
joke with the news?
Yes, you do. TDA producer, news analyst, man. Like, yes, you
No,
do.
I think you should attend and do some cover for TDA. You could come back and let us know what the
Yeah,
festival's
that'll
like.
be a booming.
What
You
happened
lot
there?
should come, innit?
Who?
Yeah, you lot should
With
come.
a
Yo,
chicken in my
hate
hand.
Literally, I will
Where,
run
where,
out of
where is it?
Don't let Miles go.
Um,
Miles is going to turn up in a whole
Mom's gonna get dressed as a cow.
I'm not shutting you up.
Mom's gonna move it.
You want beef?
Just as a cow, you know.
It's in Leicestershire.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm just checking how
It's
far
gonna
you
be
go.
much-
That's so funny.
You should report remotely from there, though. One morning, just zoom in live from the plant-based festival. Just let us know what's going
I
on.
actually think it's TDA research because I would like to know what happens at a plant-based festival. Like, what is the thought process behind that? What happens there?
And I think branding-wise, you should lean into this vegan thing, you know?
Listen.
There's certain brand opportunities that only you would get now because you're the only person that be eating corn and...
Can't lie, if the money's right, I eat corn with you.
Tofu.
Huh? And tofu
Corn, innit?
and...
Was it corn?
Oh, you mean corn?
You don't eat eggs.
QU.
The QU, all right.
Okay.
Is that pronounced
Corn.
differently too?
You can't-
No, I thought
Corn.
you meant
Corn.
corn.
Sorry,
Corn. or something.
Corn. Like,
Corn.
Corn.
like coin.
It's like normal corn.
Corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So-
thought, wait, we know what you're talking
Also-
about. So, because we're talking about vegan, it's not going to be normal.
Oh,
Can you eat normal corn?
of course you can.
Yeah, why not? It's
Go, ain't no, of course, with that man.
It's true. Also,
No, of course
I
it
do
is.
want to manifest a
Corn is a
fantastic
veg-
week,
corn
guys,
is a
because part of
vegetable.
the words. So I just want to put that out. It's going to be a fantastic week.
You lot, man.
All right then, guys.
Yeah.
Brent, don't
There's a
do it.
lot happening.
Man said, can you eat corn?
What's the next one?
She said she thought it was a fruit.
No, I didn't.
Oh, did you?
No.
Did you?
You thought it was a fruit?
You know tomatoes is a fruit though. Did
Yeah.
you?
Brent, I just felt like you were always on my side and I just
No,
don't know
because
why.
I couldn't hear you. I'm right close to you, innit? So you whisper it and then
So
you
you
I
can't
change
eat. But you
seats?
can eat
Yeah.
fruit though.
Of course.
No, I'm
You
playing. I
can
know,
eat
I know
fruit
it's a
and
vegetable.
Yeah.
You can't eat anything that
That's
comes
a
from
lie,
an
I didn't.
animal.
Exactly.
I definitely didn't know.
So you can't eat eggs.
No.
Of course.
You can't
Or
eat
milk.
eggs.
No cow milk. No.
You eat nut milk though, innit?
Nut milk.
So you don't eat eggs?
No.
Nut milk. What's that?
Like almond milk.
Oh yeah, almond. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
He knows what he was doing. He said that.
I knew as well, but no one else reacted. I said, you can't be mature.
And then he was like, yeah, nut milk.
I love me some
I
nut
didn't
milk.
even clock you.
He said, I love it every day. We're so childish. Alright. Anyway, guys.
Okay, well, have fun, vegans, at the festival.
Yeah, no.
I'm not gonna lie, this festival looks hella dry, boy.
Do they have like performers
Oh,
there?
you
It's
Google
like,
yourself.
No, I ain't gonna get. I'm just
Jamie's
reading
gonna be
the
there.
lineup. Lineup is meaty. This festival is like lettuce, but hella dry, bro. Whack.
No, but this is so people's like.
Imagine.
why'd you say that? Like a
Glastonbury.
whack. No, this is actually not
Glastonbury.
nice.
No, this is their Glastonbury.
This is people's, yeah.
Because they
this
can't
is
go
people's
to other
livelihood.
ones because there's burgers at other ones.
No, they don't have to
Burgers.
eat.
Yeah, but
Or
if
eat.
they don't even want you to be in a place where the shooting happens on another day, why would they want to be at a festival where other people are eating burgers and
Do you know
stuff?
what's funny though? Because this is one of those. What's that Netflix show that
eat-
one was pretending
eat
to be a
chips.
vegan or something?
Bad
Black
vegan.
Mirror.
Yeah, because no, you were going with that one. No, we'll go with yours. We'll go with you. No, but you know, like I feel like the person who booked the owner of the event, why would you do that? They must not be a vegan.
Why though?
Because why would you book a
It's
vegan
just-
event
it's
you
just-
know, at,
probably-
at a farm where
It's just a venue.
animals get
though.
killed?
It's just a venue.
No, I don't think it's a farm, is it?
It's not a farm.
It's a place that's
just an
hosted.
estate.
It's hosted like hunting stuff or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
if you're serious, if you're a vegan that's serious enough to do a festival,
Mm-hmm.
like that means you don't wear leather, you don't do any of these other things.
I was gonna say these people are moaning in their
you
leather
need to be in a
shoes.
pure land.
They might not be wearing
Alright,
leather shoes.
yeah.
Though.
They're wearing leather shoes.
They might not be.
No, there's
They're vegans
there's
that
pure
don't,
mesh
you
know.
shoes out here, B.
What kind of shoes do they
I've
wear?
seen,
then?
I've
Mesh.
seen, I've seen churches. Like I've
Mesh.
seen people buy pubs and make them into church. Like you can't complain about what a building used to be.
Yeah, but it's not used to be, isn't it still?
You know what?
Bruv,
Because
wait,
you
wait.
said this, yeah.
Do you know how many mosques used to be pubs?
Pubs. No, I
Bare
literally, I didn't
mosques,
want to. I
bro.
didn't want to
Like,
come
a lot.
across like
See?
I was.
Yeah, but I feel
Yeah.
like vegans, like, they're like.
Alright, because you said that, I'm gonna.
I said they're more serious than.
I'm gonna
I
read
didn't want
their.
to say that for the
I'm gonna read their
vegan.
statement, yeah, Esther. I'm gonna read their statement because you said this. Yeah, basically, they said there's no such thing as large vegan venues, and that almost all venues are held at and that almost all events are held at venues that host activities that cause harm to animals. Whilst we agree that this isn't perfect, we acknowledge it's the reality of the world we live in.
Okay.
The vast majority of vegans will agree it would be ridiculous to claim someone isn't vegan for attending events held at these venues, like sports, concerts, weddings, music festivals, cinemas, and whatnot. It has only been in the last few weeks that people have taken and twisted the fact that the venue we're at isn't vegan and used that against us to try and discredit vegan camp out, making up a whole range of lies and conspiracy theories about us and our
Did
team.
they say
I'm
the
on their
venue?
side.
Did they say the venue isn't vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
that's-
basically saying there's no such
Yeah.
thing as that. You know what I'm saying? So why are people
And
talking
that's what
about...
the vegans take it seriously. And you know, I'm on the promoter
No.
side because there is no vegan. venue.
Exactly.
You'd have to create pure land. Even then when you trace
Pure
back the history.
It has to be outside.
when you,
It has to be outside on grass. Like,
well, even then when you trace the history,
Yeah.
a car probably walked past
but
it.
you see, this is the problem with like.
She said you have to create pure land.
But this is the problem, yeah, with like any group. There's always a fundamentalist like section of it.
Like a
that
fanatic.
They don't realize that they're actually hurting the cause.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want. This is a festival for vegans. This should be you lot's like holy day. Like, this should be important to you guys.
Nah.
And instead, you don't want to like pull down the day because of something that can't really be dealt with. I just.
They can't, that's not
Yo,
realistic.
and every organization has this. Those few that go far, and it's just really to the detriment of like the overall like thing or community. I don't really get this. This is a fight that doesn't need to be fought.
Do you know what? Yeah, we're doing a call out. Anyone that goes to this festival, please let me know what it's like. I really want to know. Do you have music? Like, do artists come there? Like, what is the vibe?
And you have Jamie.
Yeah,
JB's
Jamie, man.
coming.
Is
Is
he
he
going to
vegan?
perform or is
Yeah,
he
he's
going to
vegan.
attend though?
No, he's going
No,
to
he's going to
perform.
perform.
Okay.
So he's the vegan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
he's-
comedians there. It's going
a
to be
whole
like
thing.
a proper...
They should have been there
They
to-
should get Bimini from
man.
RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Mm.
Is he vegan as well?
Bimini, yeah, big vegan.
That person might be there too.
No, I don't think so. They would have mentioned high flyer.
Robert
Okay.
Eman took the name out. I don't know who this is. Put me in there.
Anyway, that's the end of the
Okay,
headline.
interesting.
All right, cool. Let's go
Big up the
into
vegans.
topic of the day. Oh, this actually ties in really well. Let me intro this properly. So this really ties in very well to the section beforehand. And Emman, you'll do all the reading, whatever. But essentially, should we care about everyone's plight? Oh, do we really care, or are we just now going by social constructs? Go on, you, man. You do your
Yeah,
thing.
so basically, are some plights realistically just nonsensical? But as we live in the PC era, we have to, kind of show some consideration. If so, why does that seem to take place? Why does it seem to take the place of ideas that were wrong in the past, basically? Does our desensitization go in cycles? Why do we only care about things for a season? Cannot all things that we saw as wrong before just be as wrong as the new things we see as wrong? For example, Lizzo considered the feelings of the disabled community when she removed spaz from her song. But in the very same song, she's talking about Lorena Bobbitt and basically talking about cutting off a man's penis and whatnot. So why is it basically that's okay to leave that in the song and then, just because she used the word spaz, not in the context to intentionally hurt anyone, she was forced to kind of remove that.
Well, if men moaned about it, she would probably have to change that as well, innit?
But do you think she would
no,
though?
I think
I don't know if she would have. Well,
Mm.
yeah, to keep
But
up the facade, innit? She would have had to. She can't pander to one thing and then thing the other. As if,
no,
if
I
someone,
think you can.
wow, you're just
It's
talking
called
about.
caring about. She's what I think I said yesterday, or whenever we spoke about this, was that her brand, her personality and her brand is about being
Caring.
inclusive of people that are not originally included in things, right? Plus size, disabled, people from the LGBTQ community, all of that, right? She's decided what she gives a fuck about. This was consistent with that. This wasn't new. This didn't come across as disingenuous. But whereas maybe caring about the thoughts of, I don't know, this situation, she's not as sensitive. Like, I think
Well,
everybody
'cause she
chooses
don't
what they
care,
give
but
a
you
fuck
said she cares, so what if there was a sexual group of men who's had their penises mutilated and they felt
Is she?
disgruntled by it, saying they came out, then she shouldn't care about that.
No, I didn't say she shouldn't care about it. I
But
just
she
said
just wouldn't.
I said what she's done is consistent with what she's spoken about and what she's been
Yeah.
about. So I wouldn't say it's not genuine because you said that she's keeping up with the facade. I wouldn't.
To be fair, I
think
think she would take that out. I think if
would she
men
have
came
to?
and said that they've been mutilated, I think depending on the way you use the word, I reckon she would take it out.
I mean, I'm just assuming if she's going to stay consistent to what she's doing, she would have to, no?
But she takes
I think
yeah,
the
she has
reason-
to.
That's the answer to your question as to why she can get away with it, because there's not
there's no outrage.
there's no outrage from it. There's no community saying,
Yeah, I think if the people spoke out, I reckon she would take it out. But I can't lie to you, if you have to take out another second thing from the song, let the song go. Because now we're just
See, that's a good point there. So does that take away from people's artistic freedom?
I
Yeah.
think to
Is
an
that
extent,
right,
yeah, it
Sue?
does.
Yeah, it does for sure.
It does. I don't know if it's right or not.
I think it depends. If you're being offensive to certain groups of people
Yeah.
intentionally, then yeah.
Yeah.
If in this case, I don't feel like Lizzo was trying to, insult anyone by using the word spaz, then I don't know. It's case by case basis. But I think
Yeah.
if it's intentional, then yeah.
Do you know what I would say? Sorry, go on.
I think intent. Like lots of people tell you that. Oh, they will allow you. A lot of people allow you off if they think your intentions are good. But there's also tons of people that don't care about your intentions, they care about the outcome.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to the creative themselves. Like you can't afford to give a fuck about everything. Like just realistically, as a human being, you just can't. Like
Yeah.
the anxiety would kill you. Like you just can't. So what I feel like people do, they give a fuck about whatever's in line with their values or their facade. Either one, because everyone does one or the other or a bit of both. So I kind of feel like there would be a group of people that would complain. Maybe because she's in the media space, so maybe she would have to listen to everybody that makes noise. I don't know. But I think ultimately you choose what you care about. So there's going to be some people that will complain about stuff that you can't do. You have to decide what's more important as well. Sometimes your art or people's outrage. Like everyone has the individual decisions. And I think the outcome of that would be a mixture of both. Like caring about your personal opinions. This is not smooth anymore. Or caring about what you think your audience feels. But it's going to be a mixture of both. In my opinion, anyway, you can't afford to care about everything.
I hear you,
I
but
think-
again, okay, if Lizzo was being racist in her song, it's a different conversation. So it really depends on what's being said.
But there's some people that don't care. What song is that? That it wasn't a beat. He got killed in Strawberry Fields.
What?
Anyway, he has a song saying black women are the niggas of the world or something like that. Do you remember? You don't remember the guy that got shot? And
Strawberry Fields is
Yeah.
a Beatles song now.
So are you saying that artists should be able to say what the hell they want, regardless of, the feelings of others? Even if it is racist, misogynistic,
I think with every-
all that stuff.
Wait, sorry,
think-
you don't think what? What's the question?
I'm asking her, is she saying that artists should have the freedom to
Okay.
say and do whatever they want, even if it is racist,
Okay.
misogynistic,
So I was
toxic,
thinking about this
etc.?
on the train. I was like, with every freedom, you're allowing with any freedom or liberty, you're allowing women.
Yeah, John Lennon.
women is women is the nigger of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Lennon, yeah.
Yeah, so and a lot of people like that should be taken off Spotify. So let me answer your question first. I feel like with any kind of liberty or freedom, the problem is that everybody gets that. Only some people, everybody gets that. But it's the only way that it can be. Like, my thing is, I think as a creative, I think not as a creative, I think anybody should be allowed to do whatever. I think we should all have a choice to. I know it sounds crazy.
I get what you're saying, but even with ill intent.
Of course not. Like, ideally, no. But my thing is that whatever limitations I put on somebody who, for some community, they're doing whatever's right, is going to be applied to me. I'm thinking about, like, I don't know how to describe it.
Okay, cool. Do you believe that certain groups of people shouldn't say certain things then?
Yeah, of course I do.
Exactly. So if you're...
But can I...
Go on.
But can I stop them?
Like, no, I'm not talking about stopping them. We can't stop anyone from doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think the conversation
right
is...
to?
What's that?
You're saying that, is it right to?
Yeah, it's a right to. We can't... Everyone can do what they want, innit?
Yeah.
But is it right to... Should artists be allowed to do whatever they want because it's art?
Not
and
do
it's
whatever
free
they want, but in
expression
terms of
and-
like creating... Because that's the same as just freedom of speech. Like, let's
Yeah.
take the beat away. Like, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Do you not think freedom of speech should be curbed? Like, do you think there should be conditions to it?
Do you know what? Yeah, I feel like it. And that's the thing. I think that's what makes it a bit tricky because it is freedom of speech. You can say whatever you actually can say whatever you want to say, but I think that you need to understand there's consequences for
Yes.
things that you say. So
100%.
you can say whatever it is you want to say in your music and whatever it is you want to say in your comedy special, whatever.
Yeah.
But understand the consequences of that is backlash or that you might not sell or people might boycott you. Like, so do you get me? So I think
Or you might have
It's
people's
just-
feelings. Like,
yeah, it's understanding that. I think it's just about understanding that. But I think in an ideal world, we should be mindful of things that offend people. But again, I can't lie to you. There will always be something that offends someone. Like,
Oh, no, for sure.
do you get me?
For
So, and I think when there's people can be offended for things that you wouldn't think about because you're very far removed from that experience.
Yeah.
And I think if we did that, we really would all be living in a silent world.
yeah, like literally no words.
There'd be no words.
If you want to be offended when I'm not being offensive, then I can't-
And that's the
can't
thing. And I
say
think people should take into account intention as well. Because with Lizzo, I can't lie to you. I understand obviously people felt away. Do you know what's been interesting? Because a lot of people talking were like the white. From what I saw, for people come and flog me again, is the white like disabled community. I didn't really see black people in that, but I think maybe because it's that cultural thing where black people understand how the word is used. So in that situation, I get what she think of because again with Lizzo, she's more of a caring and that's her personality. I personally can't imagine Cardi taking that out of her music. She would just say
Yeah,
it is what it is. Do you get what I mean?
But I
But
also think Cardi is not ill-intentioned. I think she's actually
yeah,
quite
but
a
neither is
nice
Lizzo though. But she took it
Yeah,
out.
well, that's what I'm saying. But she
Yeah.
wouldn't take it out. Like, so Cardi, I think, is a nice person. She
Yeah.
wouldn't take it out.
Yeah.
Lizzo's a nice person. She
did take it
she
out,
left
yeah.
And you know, there's some people who are just not. They don't care about being nice. Like, that's not their personality trait.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and they create art all the time. So they honestly couldn't care less.
Yeah.
He has a morning show in America, but his whole thing is being super duper offensive.
Oh,
I
I don't know.
can't remember his name. He was one of the X Factors or America's Got Talent or something like that. But
Okay.
he has a morning show where he's super offensive and people like tune in for that because they have an audience too. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anybody who kind of says anything that is notable usually has an audience that they're representing
Yeah.
to a degree. So would you say that Cardi B is a bad person because by the way, this hasn't happened to Cardi B, but I don't think she would have taken the word out. Would that
No,
have
I
made her bad?
don't think it makes you a bad person. I just think that I feel like do you know what it is? I think it's a situation of how it's about if you really care what people think. In all honesty, if you care that people think that you meant that in a bad way,
Yeah.
then I guess you could take it out. But if you know and you're solid in the fact that I didn't mean it in a bad way, that I'm
Yeah.
using this word in the way my culture's always used it, which is it means this, then I'm not going to take it out. Do you get me?
I can't
I
just
get
care what
that.
everyone thinks, man. I care what like sensible people think and people that I respect think and all like that. I can't
Yeah.
just care what idiots
No, you
think.
can't.
I
But
don't just care what stupid people
But I don't
think.
think it's
But
about
if-
caring what people think. I think, like, if this person, I hear what you guys are saying.
But
Like you said,
Can I
anything
give
you
another
say,
example?
yeah,
Can
there's
I
going to
give
be
another
someone who's
example?
going to be
One second,
offended,
one
innit? No matter
second.
what you say,
yeah,
there's going to be someone who's going to be offended.
For
You say
sure.
something, someone's going to massage it into whatever
For
they
sure.
need
Yeah.
to suit their agenda. It's like you're saying, if you pander to everybody, it's just going to be a silent.
But can I give another
but as a,
example?
one second, sorry. As an artist though, when it
Yeah.
affects your business, yeah, and your money, do you now have to take action?
Do
Maybe.
you know, even that I would say not always. The example I was going to give you was Kevin Hart, right?
Mm.
He's apologized for his homophobic and transphobic tweets time and ever again. He had the biggest thing in his career, which is to host, what was it, Oscars, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
And again, the things came up again. He said, like, granted, when I said it was I was making a joke. It wasn't coming from a place of hate, but I've apologized. I understand how offensive it is. In that moment, he was like, do you know what? Yeah, I've apologized several times. you can see growth in me that I'm not homophobic, I'm not transphobic.
Yeah.
In that, this is why I say it's about whether you care what people think, because there are people who still think that he's transphobic and he's homophobic. And he was like, do you know what? I'm not gonna pander and I'm not gonna take in what it is that you. Basically, I don't care. I don't care that you think this of me.
Yeah.
When I know that my heart and my hands are clean, basically.
you know
And with
why?
that, he didn't.
I think it's also about the intentions of those making noise. If the intent, like, because we're talking completely about the intentions of the creative, but if the intention of the person correcting you is to flog you and destroy you, and you've already apologized and it's recorded that you've apologized, then their intention is bad as well.
Yeah.
If their intention is just to educate you, I feel like that person that messaged in about the spaz thing, messaged to Lizzo about that, I think their intention was just to share how this word can impact people, and she's just one of many. She was educating. That's all she was doing.
Yeah.
Like Lizzo, I personally don't think it would have killed Lizzo's sales if she continued. Do you know what I mean? I think we have this thing where we have a cycle of a week. We're annoyed and then we kind of moved on.
Yeah.
I think some people would have maybe lost a bit of fans, but I don't think it would have stopped Lizzo from being Lizzo.
Definitely.
Lizzo said she cared.
Yeah.
She cared. Like,
And you know what? That is true. I think the intention is right. I think if you come at someone in such an aggressive manner, they automatically get defensive. Egos come to play, and I'm not gonna pander. But you're right, because I think the way Lizzo's fans did react to it was more of a, you should have done research. This word means this, and it was a nicer way, I guess, than maybe someone else
because
would,
their
would get.
intention was to educate and show that this hurt my feelings. And if Lizzo cares about that, then Lizzo said she was going to do something about it. I think Lizzo could care about it and not do something about it in that instance. Like, she could just decide moving forward, I'm never going to use that word again. That's another thing I think the audience needs to be open to.
Yeah.
How that person decides to modify their behavior. It might not look the way you want it to look.
Yeah.
And that could have been pandering a little bit, like her taking it out of the song, because she could have just moving forward never used that word again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Kevin Hart, like, so at one point we do need to like say, yo, like, you guys, like, this flogging that you're giving me is not even trying to educate me. It's just trying to like change who I am. Do you know what I mean? Because he's already apologized a couple times. At this point, I don't know. Because a lot of people wouldn't have done what Kevin Hart did. A lot of people would have gone and done the Oscars, apologized again because the bag is big. Do you know what I mean? But you have to make the decision that's right for you.
I think it's difficult to police what people
Yeah, of course.
say, man. I just think
it's not good
I
to
just-
police people.
it's not good. But honestly, in all honesty, I just think there are some things that you probably shouldn't say, but everyone's got a right to say whatever they want to say. But I think for me, just be aware that there are consequences to things that you say.
Of course, there are consequences to what people say. 100%. Like,
So-
if you say something like, if you're a rapper and you say something that's mad offensive, right,
Yeah.
and you don't care, all your fans have every right. Like, everyone has rights. All your fans have every right to never listen to you again.
Yeah.
Like, 100%, they have every right to do that. But I feel like you still have a right to decide what goes into your music. I really do. And you have to decide what's more important to you. Like, is there another way to say that phrase? Or do you really want that particular message out? That is your prerogative. Like, it really is.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like the moment I start impeding on somebody else's right to speak, that arm that I'm using against them can be used against me as well. That's how it works. Like, we all get the same access to the same rights. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm starting saying, oh, don't get that, and especially as a black woman, I just feel like it would affect me even more than some other people. So I'm very hesitant to be like, there should be a rule in stone, don't do this. I feel like it's down to your discretion.
Also, I think sometimes the censorship comes from your actual record label and radios and TV and whatnot, not playing you. You know what I'm saying? So I
is
think
that too?
that is basically another way of saying freedom of speech is not real.
It's not real, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of wrap up here, I want to ask you, since all of you are content creators, right? All creatives, what would you vote for? To have complete freedom of speech, which comes with all the negative things or whatever, or to there be some type of censorship? You had to pick one or the other. What would you pick?
I can't lie, I'm going for freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Complete freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
Oh yeah, of course.
Freedom of speech, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think that's the only way great things will be, like, bad things will be created, but equally, like, wavy, amazing things will be created as well.
You
Because I don't really
pick and
say many
choose
bad
what you
things.
want to digest. There's people outside spewing all kinds of nonsense
Please say
every
again.
day.
Yeah.
I'm
Please
saying
say
you pick
again.
and choose what you
pick
want to
and
digest,
choose what
innit?
you
So
listen to.
yeah, you don't. There's people spewing nonsense online all day, every day. You don't see it because that's not what you subscribe to. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
stopping people saying stuff doesn't change.
That the sentiments out there.
Yeah, it doesn't change the sentiments of people, and like, you get what I'm trying
That's
to say. So it's just, you just don't have to take stock in all that stuff. That's the whole. That's the whole thing about the comedy stuff and even the music and all these kind of things. Like, if you don't like it, just don't listen to it. Just stay away from it.
It's that simple.
That's it.
But
It's that simple.
No, because it's different from someone going around rallying up and having things and doing hate speech and trying to force opinions and things on people.
But that's what it turns into. Yeah, well, that's
That's
what
not.
it can turn into. I'm not talking about music and creative. I'm just saying, like, freedom of speech can turn into a beast of a monster. Do you know what I mean?
No, of course, but freedom of speech, giving someone the freedom to say anything they want, is different with allowing people to try and poison the minds of people.
Mm.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So saying that we're allowed freedom of speech, yeah, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to come and spew hate speech
Yeah.
any way you want. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. People try and say that they are,
Mhm.
but they're not. You got the right to say anything you want. You shouldn't have the right to just offend anybody you want and bring people down. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's
Yeah.
about how you're using.
Your freedom of speech.
Yeah, it's about
So
how you're
do you
using your
stop-
freedom of speech.
How do you stop freedom of speech from turning into that though? Because it does happen.
So well, then that's what I'm saying. Well, you police it, innit? You're allowed to have freedom of speech, but hate speech is not allowed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So when it changes from you just speaking freely to you trying to bring people down and hit some certain demographics, it gets policed. You're not allowed. You get taken off your platforms. They deplatform you or arrest. That's how you. That's what they try to do anyway. That's the way. That's in
Okay.
theory. That's the way it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That is such a take though. Like, so freedom of speech is allowed, but hate speech isn't. I've never actually thought about it that way. Because in my head, I always think freedom of speech means hate speech is definitely going to exist somewhere, but just choose to not expose yourself to that.
Because
But
hate
that's what-
speech.
How
Hate speech
do you
is
get into
hate speech is freedom of speech because you're still saying whatever you want to say, but
There's
hate
consequences.
speech is
Censored.
it's
crime,
it's
yeah.
a crime.
It's a crime.
So I think whenever we say freedom of speech, people just always assume that you're gonna just use it for bad things.
That's
But-
what people always do. Oh, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Like,
Nah,
so freedom of
it's
speech
good
doesn't
things
mean
too.
you can just.
Be a dickhead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to
Exactly,
say?
yeah, it's prayers too. Like it's good things. Like,
Compliments.
it ain't got- yeah, exactly. It doesn't have to be bad things. And if you say bad things, that's when
You're
there's
very,
consequences to
very
that.
right.
There you go.
You're very, very right. You're very right. Because I did just think freedom of speech, that means there's going to be someone over there trying to push Nazism and
Nah.
Again,
No.
I don't want to extend it too much.
One second.
But
In a way, though, sorry, E-man.
Mm.
Freedom of speech, I think it is kind of going down the bad route, though. Because no one's going to police you saying good things. No one's going to, you know what I mean? Like,
No, but I think that's because
being
we've-
free and saying good things, that's just normal every day. No one's going to be like, oh, you can't say something good. But when it comes to bad things, that's when you're policed.
No, I think it's one of those things where it's one of those words where we've just got a negative connotation of it.
I think because there is a negative, I think it's negative.
It's
Freedom of
not-
speech. It's not. It's because of how we've.
It's because what people are doing. They're using. They're
Saying
using-
bad things here, and then they're using
This is what
freedom
it
of
is. They're,
speech.
they're racism,
justify
they're
it.
bigotry, they're
Yeah.
sexism.
Yeah.
They're putting it under the guise of freedom of speech.
Yeah.
It's not that.
So basically, freedom of speech is just your ability to just
Say what you
Open
want.
your mouth.
Yeah, that makes
no, but say what you want. But the
I
thing
get
is,
that.
but the reason why, yeah, when you hear freedom of speech, you think negativity
Mm.
is because there are people who spew negative stuff out there,
That's,
Yeah.
that's,
but their justification of having that mindset
is
Yeah.
freedom of
is
speech.
freedom of speech.
But-
But really and truly, freedom of speech as itself
I
is
know.
not a bad
I
thing.
know, but what's the opposite of freedom?
Slavery,
Slavery.
No, man.
bondage.
Exactly. So no one. You aren't confined in a box when you want to say good things. You know what I'm trying to say? You're always free. So if you're in prison because you can't say bad things, now you're now free. So freedom to me comes from, it's light from the bad,
Mm.
right? So
liberation.
I'm not free. I'm in prison. I'm trapped. I can't say what I want to say. Free me. Okay, now I'm free. I can spew whatever I want to spew. When you're doing good, you're always free, right?
I mean, depends though. 'Cause
Okay, yeah.
Because you know
Nowadays,
what it is,
you could be
yeah?
at work and say, "Oh, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, darling," and before you know it,
You're sexist.
sexual assault.
I hear that.
But you know what it is as well? Sorry, with freedom of speech as well, yeah. Even sometimes the media, so say for example, the media decided to cover TDA,
Mm.
and we're like, we don't like the way you've written about us.
Yeah.
They will say to us, we've got freedom of speech. They haven't necessarily mean anything negative.
Mm.
We just don't like the way in which the paragraphs are set up.
Okay.
So and then their response to that is, we've got freedom of speech. We can do whatever we like. Do you get what I mean? So I think that negative. I think the negative idea of freedom of speech is because a lot of people who do negative, who make hate speeches,
Mm.
justify it using freedom of speech. But freedom of speech in itself is just your ability to open your mouth and talk.
I think
Yeah, no,
freedom
I
of speech,
agree with that.
Yeah, do you get what I mean?
it's potential and it can be used either way. I do think you're right. Like, I think you're right in terms of like whatever someone thinks is good,
Mm.
someone else could think is bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like someone's faith could be like intrinsically homophobic. Like intrinsically, this is not okay. Them saying that freely is what we're saying we're all for, right? Not them saying that particular sentence, but them
Yeah.
saying what is true to them is what. But that is hateful to another person. Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Saying that who I sleep with is going to send me to a place and it makes me a lesser person in whatever side,
Yeah.
if that's what that person's saying. So I think that's where freedom of speech
But
gets
again, that's blurred
sticky.
lines, though. I think that's unfair because
But
that's blurry.
that's so common, though.
But you're telling us to reteach ourselves. Do you know what I'm trying
No,
to say?
I'm not saying anything.
No,
I'm not
because
critiquing it.
something that people got taught for years and years and
Yeah.
years, and then now we're living through life, and then we're saying, okay, cool, those teachings are outdated and they're not real anymore. Then someone who's old, like an older person, if the younger people living through it is different. Someone who's old, who's set in their ways and only knows that way, and then still talking all the stuff that they got taught was right, to just flip it on their head and say, no, now what you're doing is hate speech is a bit unfair. Because
Exactly.
they're not coming.
So can I-
They're not coming from a place of hate.
So can I land? I was saying that objectively. I was giving an example. I wasn't condoning or accepting either. I wasn't saying it. I was just saying objectively. That is why I think freedom of speech, that's where it gets sticky. Because realistically, what is true for somebody else could be super hurtful for somebody else. What do you do in that situation? Because this person doesn't think they're being bad. And this person doesn't think they're being bad. Do you know what I mean? Like when we think of hate speech, we're thinking of something that's just proper, just unprovoked wickedness, right? But here, this person with religious belief has something they think is fact, right? And then this person over here has something they believe is fact as well. They're both doing freedom of speech, but it still leads to conflicts, clash, hate, anger, all of that stuff. So that's kind of where I think the negativity from freedom of speech comes from. Not necessarily just somebody wanting to be on smoke, but sometimes there's just real conflicts of interest. Like when everyone says what they really believe, there's just real conflicts of interest.
I think we probably need like a part 2 here because I was literally going to say what Khloe just said. In that, yes, you can kind of make the distinction between freedom of speech and hate speech, but the reality is, hate speech does come from the fact that you have freedom, and someone is deciding what is hateful today. 100 years ago, it wasn't hateful. 100 years in the future, it might be. You know what I'm saying? So, freedom of speech is literally just saying whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? And so.
Like,
No, it changes. It changes. It's
Right
kind of like what you were saying. Like 100 years ago, something is a particular way. But now we're expecting those people from, 60, 70 years ago to now have to think differently in this new era. You know what I'm saying?
But
But don't we expect that with racism,
it's also set in stone, isn't it? It's like people confusing it. It's set in stone. It's in the law of the land that we live in. So people confuse freedom of speech for hate speech, but there's already two separate things. So we are entitled to freedom of speech. You're allowed to say what you want. There's also things you are not allowed to say, and if you say them, you'll get in trouble. And the problem is that people confuse the two and think that because I've got freedom of speech, I can say what I want. But there's laws, but there's things that you can say what you want, but you can't say this or that or that or that. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's what the confusion is. People think that freedom of speech means everything, but there's rules in place that tell you can't say certain things.
You're right. But what I'm trying to say is
Like what?
those laws would change. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 years ago, what would be considered hate speech wouldn't be considered hate speech.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where it kind of it changes.
It's ever evolving.
Also, I'm trying to ascertain, like when you say freedom of speech, where are you taking in the information from? Are you talking about online, news, TV? Because I think it's different if it's in our day-to-day lives. If people are approaching you and saying what the fuck they want to you. I don't think then you'll be like, you know what, freedom of speech is fine, because every day now you're going to have to face people coming up to you and saying what the fuck they want to you.
I'll be honest with you. I think that for me, it is still freedom of speech for me.
No,
Even
no.
when people say
I'm
things,
saying it is, I'm saying, but would you still be on the stance of, you know what, it's fine?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
It is-
you're happy day to day, people approaching you, calling you this, calling you that,
but you know what it is,
because
yeah?
of freedom of speech.
But what
But,
and
happens?
this-
but
and this is
everybody
what
has the
I'm
right to do
saying.
that. But the way you live your life and your interactions, people just don't do that.
And,
Anyway,
and
so-
that's the thing, because what I'm saying is that, yeah, you can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
Like, let's say like comments, for example, right?
Yeah.
You can put whatever comment you want to and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You do have the right to say whatever it is you want to say.
Yeah.
But I think on my end,
Yeah.
is for me, on that kind of personal level,
Yeah.
is whether I choose to internalize it or not. Because,
But wouldn't
Then
you
I
rather, but wouldn't you rather not even go through that?
yeah, but I can't police what people say.
No,
Because you know, it's,
yeah.
'cause if I say something, like even conversations we've had on here and comments
Yeah.
we've seen, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what I meant.
Yeah.
What I meant was so clear, everyone in the room understood what I meant.
Yeah.
But someone in the comments has said, you said this. That's not what I said at all. But I get that because that's your perspective. Like
Yeah.
the way you've heard it,
Yeah.
depending on your external circumstances, your situation or whatever it is, you've interpreted it that way. So I can't police that.
Do
But
you-
the thing is,
yeah.
that's your free. You got freedom to say that, but I'm just not going to internalize it because
Do you ever not say something to someone or even openly in a group setting because you know it might offend someone?
yeah, because I'm smart
Okay.
and I'm sensitive
And
to people's
kind.
feelings, and also I think I'm someone who I don't believe because I've got a mouth, I just open and just talk.
Yeah.
I feel like you should know what to say, when to say, and
Yeah.
stuff. Do you get what I mean? So you can't. There are people who see negative stuff and just open their mouth and say it.
Yeah.
You still got freedom to say it,
I
but
think,
in that situation, there's consequences because.
I think my point
I
is
guess
freedom of speech should exist, but everyone as an individual should be able to have,
A filter.
A filter.
have a filter and be able to pick and choose and regulate and,
But that's what it
use
is.
your common sense.
You're in an ideal world, but the
Yeah.
thing is, not everyone has common sense.
Yeah.
And so there are people who, again, will say stuff that's just come to their head, even though they know, because I can't, no one can tell me that if you say something offensive, you don't know it's offensive. And you know it's offensive.
Yeah.
Certain things, of course, not the Lizzo stuff, but certain things,
Yeah.
if you were going to call someone, if you're white and you're going to call someone a nigger with a hard ER,
Yeah.
you know that's offensive,
Well,
right?
even at
Yeah.
But not
No, I hear you, but
not everyone has the brains to do that. But again,
use your discretion.
yeah.
And just try not to offend. Like,
Yeah, but that's in an ideal world. We don't live in an ideal world, though. That's not
I get it.
realistic.
No, I'm
to
telling you. I'm
expect.
telling you how I operate. Like, I'm operate of, I want to be free to say what I want to say, but obviously I'm going to use tact. I'm not going to
Yeah,
say
but
certain
that's
things.
everyone in this room. But
Yeah.
that's
But
not
most
the
people
world.
do that anyway.
When we step out the room, that's not the
I-
way the
well,
world
most people do.
operates.
Okay, most people do in day-to-day life, but not on, like, for example, on Twitter. People are just saying what the fuck they want.
But this is what Mark was saying. Well, then you choose what you look at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't.
Because if I
No,
see
but
someone,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna get technical, but sometimes things just pop up on the timeline because someone you follow has liked it or retweeted it. So,
Yeah, and
it's not always easy to refrain from.
We
hate
don't
speech.
we don't really police language in our everyday life anyway. Everybody says what they want. I think for the most part, those kind of things, these conversations happen with people with platforms,
Yeah.
yeah.
people with influence, and people with platforms and that reach a lot of people. Then we start policing their language. But for the
Mm.
most part, us in our average day life, no one polices
Mhm.
anybody's language really.
Mhm.
People say what people are gonna say what they're gonna say. Conversations. People know you in it, so they know what conversations they can have in front of you
Yeah.
and what conversations they can't have in
Yeah.
front of you, or what they can say to you. Strangers don't just come and bother you and all these things
Yeah.
just because of the way the world is, isn't it? So when no one's policing conversations, we're gonna say whatever we say, and in certain circles you can get away with saying whatever you want.
Mhm.
I can most likely say whatever I want.
Yeah.
You ain't really gonna judge me. It doesn't matter how offensive it is or how crazy it is because you know what's in my heart. No, for the most part, you're gonna let me get away with it.
But then when things like I'm not
Essentially.
defending this. I'm just trying to raise a point. So when stuff like that recent Twitter community happened,
Yeah.
they got flogged for their free speech. That shouldn't have happened. You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say?
absolutely. You're
so,
right.
So free speech, there needs to be some, not regulated, but everyone just needs to understand what
But-
you
but
can
don't-
and
no,
what
no,
you
the thing
cannot
is that-
say.
I don't know.
Free
No,
speech
yeah.
doesn't deny consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free
like-
speech says I'm gonna say this regardless of or because of what it
Yeah,
brings.
but
Like,
the thing
Yeah.
is, consequences are still gonna come.
consequences are gonna come because we can't start policing consequences. Like consequences are gonna come. How someone's gonna feel is you have to, as the person, when you do something. So free speech is a power. Spider-Man comes responsibility, though. Do you know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna say whatever I want to say, I also need to be understand that the world can throw back whatever they want back at me.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's not an easy thing to understand or accept. That's why a lot of people couldn't do this stuff. A lot of people couldn't just come out and say whatever they want because a lot comes with it. Sometimes you don't even mean to say something more. You say something in a particular way and people can run with it. And
Yeah,
it's really unfair.
And even again, it's like what you're saying, it's people confusing the two. Because I don't think even that group, the people they wasn't exercising the practice of speaking freely. They was exercising like what it's like to be mean freely.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
That was
private.
like,
You know what I'm trying to say? That
Yeah.
it's still it's not just to speak. You do it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, because you know what it is as well. They thought they were in hiding, so
Mm.
that wasn't even free speech. That was slavery speech.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? That was they thought they were speaking
Yeah.
behind closed doors. Do you get what I mean? So they were not because they couldn't. Free speech would be them coming on the timeline,
timeline and-
not hiding
And
behind
people do
anything
have
and
that.
saying
Like,
that.
yeah.
And there are people like that.
That
But
do
again,
that.
I honestly believe, with stuff like this, I think everyone has free speech, whatever. Everyone can say whatever they want to say to you. But I really feel like the key is what you choose to internalize and what you choose to care about. Because people can say whatever it is they want. Like with Twitter, for example, social media, I'm so like I proper filter what I see. Obviously I can't control what's my timeline. Sometimes things might come on
I
there.
can.
Yeah.
But what I do, no, I mean like if someone retweets something or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
control
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I will block it. I will block the person who tweets it. Like I block people for putting a full stop where it shouldn't be. Sometimes I don't have time. I'm like, I don't want to see any of this foolishness again. And that's it. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's about people can say whatever they want to say. It's about what you care about, what you internalize. And it'd be nice, it'd be great if everyone thought the way you do in that just because we've got free speech that you should regulate it, basically. But
Yeah.
actually we don't.
I think there's a lot to have in this conversation, and I think all those points were lovely points. But let's move on to more headlines, and we'll continue this another day.
we have an update with the whole Kevin Spacey situation. So he appeared in a London magistrate's court charged with sexual assault against 3 men. As you know, the charge involves 2 counts of sexual assault on a man now in his 40s in London in March 2005, sexual assault on a man now in his 30s and causing him to engage in penetrative sexual activity without consent in London in August 2008, and sexual assault on a man now in his 30s in Gloucestershire in April 2013. So this happened on Thursday, yesterday. Spacey was not asked to enter pleas, but his barrister, Patrick Gibbs, told the court Mr. Spacey strenuously denies any and all criminality in this case. At the end of the hearing, Spacey was asked to stand as the Deputy Chief Magistrate granted him unconditional bail ahead of his next appearance at Southwark Crown Court at 9:30 on the 14th of July for a plea and trial preparation hearing. So the judge basically said to him, you cooperated with the authorities in New York and you voluntarily appeared to these proceedings. However, he did warn Spacey that obviously if he did not appear for the trial next month, a warrant would be issued for his arrest. So that's basically the update on Kevin Spacey. Also, Dominic Raab, the Deputy Prime Minister, he made some comments about the whole Rwanda situation. He pretty much said that the last-minute court ruling that prevented the first asylum seekers being forcibly removed to Rwanda was wrong and pretty much has strengthened the case for overhauling Britain's human rights laws. So he urged the European Court of Human Rights to respect the limits of its mandate and also rejected calls from some of the Tory MPs to cut ties with them. He suggested the court had basically overreached by granting a temporary injunction that derailed the government's plan to relocate a plane load of migrants to Rwanda on Tuesday. He said that the so-called Rule 39 interim orders that were invoked should not have a legally binding effect under UK law. And like I said before, that decision is pretty much making the Tories reconsider how to pretty much amend the human rights laws, because obviously they don't feel like that governing body should be able to affect what goes on in the UK. So he said he vowed that the government will curtail the ability of foreign offenders to claim a right to family life as a reason for being refused deportation, and we will stop and change the ability of the Strasbourg court to issue what amounts to effective injunction when they have no power grounded in the European Convention to do so. Also, I just wanted to, obviously, you know, we love our viewers, our listeners, and somebody, the same guy who basically gave us an update about Rwanda.
lovely.
Yeah. So he basically just chimed in. I'm just going to read a little bit because it's a bit of a lengthy email. But it was just a little bit of a tangent about Rwanda. But basically he says, TDA team, enjoying the show as always. At the moment, the conversation about Rwanda is about whether Rwanda is the wrong place to send people, which is driven by some racist ideas of African states, or even some are valid for questioning Rwanda's human rights record. Like you said yesterday. It's
AJ
still,
said it.
Huh?
AJ said it.
Yeah, AJ, yeah. It's still illegal to be non-cis heterosexual, even though they don't pursue prosecution as much as some other countries. But he said, I believe the reason this story is still being discussed is more to do with what Mark said about the precedent it sets. At the moment, some asylum seekers from around the world that apply through UK embassies have already landed in Rwanda. So this is what we were talking about the other day. So basically, it's not from the UK, but UK embassies from other countries. They've been sent to Rwanda. So they're already there pretty much. And basically what you were saying is the first plane that arrived had people lined up in the tunnel on the tarmac. They were clapping, greeting all these people, like just for like the whole PR thing. But he said simultaneously, hundreds of people arrived by road because of the conflict in Congo into camps. And there was none of these people there. You know what I'm saying? So it gives the impression that the performance and the greetings are only worth doing for commercial gain, for Western traffic and supply chains. You know what I'm saying? So I'll kind of just leave it there.
That's great insight.
Yeah. And also, I was listening to, like I said, the president, Kagame, the other day, yesterday. And he basically was kind of giving a little bit of a history of how he believed this whole thing came about. So he was saying that I think it was 2018 or so, that basically he saw something in the news about how a Ghanaian engineer tried to leave Ghana, make it to the west somewhere, and got caught up in the whole Libya thing. Remember how the whole slaves and he was just thinking, this is crazy that people qualified, can't get jobs in back home, need to go and do these crazy ways to escape, right? and he was saying that as Africans, as actual leaders, right, of African nations, we need to do something that helps people like that. Pretty much, either to help him get back to Ghana, or try and sort out a better situation for him in Libya. But he also said, I want to take it one step further. Let me offer my nation as a place where people like that can come for refuge and potentially get the startup they want, instead of it being Europe. And he's saying when he was discussing that with the other African leaders, he thinks that's how the UK approached him.
Okay.
So it's not him or Rwanda trying to go out of their way to try and get funding, this, that, and the third.
Okay,
But it was his plan. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the UK thought, you know what? This
So you
seems
say it does
okay.
all come from a good place then?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like,
She
with
took
him,
dubious looks.
I trust him. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like, he's not an
trust
idiot.
him.
He's a serious guy.
I
like
don't
I
trust.
said.
Why do we have, sir? People that are in power,
Mm.
are the Kardashians know how
Yeah.
to present themselves with good PR.
Yeah.
Anybody knows how to present themselves with good PR. He could tell you that. I could tell you a story today that would make I don't. My thing is, we will never know the true intentions behind anything. It's going to be the outcome of this that's going to tell us what this is. That's all that matters. Doesn't even matter if the intentions were really, really good. The bottom line is, our asylum seekers that go to Rwanda, or any country, by the way, because this is specific to Rwanda, I would have this question with anyone. If I see such a reaction from these people towards a country, though I do think it is rooted in systematic racism and bad PR, 100%. But just to believe that his intentions are purely... Because the people that are coming over aren't all from African countries. They're from all over the
He's
world.
just saying that's how it started, the inception of it. Because
Okay.
his thing was basically for Africans.
Yeah.
But he's saying, I believe the UK obviously knew about this plan I had, and that's why they approached us.
And he might have good
basically
intentions.
saying-
Doesn't mean that Pretty
but
does.
this is what I'm saying. Because I know of his track record and how pro-black he is. He's so super, like, pro-African and all that type of stuff. I know that he's not an idiot.
Okay.
And even though you may, question certain things he's done in the past, whatever, all I know is since he's been in power, since he was a vice president, became president, Rwanda,
It's gone from strength to strength.
yeah,
Okay.
every year.
Can't lie,
You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't bow. He doesn't bow to the West as well.
No,
Okay,
He doesn't
I
accept
love
nonsense.
that. I love
Okay,
that.
that's
I
good.
don't
So,
think
yeah.
anyone should bow down
That's
to
a
any other country.
positive.
You're the leader of your country. I heard
Yeah.
that 100%.
Exactly. So
Okay,
yeah.
anyway,
But anyway,
what plays out.
yeah. So that's the end of
That's
the
very good
update
research,
on
actually. That's
Rwanda.
very good, interesting information.
Thank you to the
That he-
listener that wrote in.
Yes.
Really appreciate
Yeah,
you.
always.
All right, guys. Well, let's jump to Word on Road. We have never been so
Like,
timely
damn, it's
in
my
our-
turn
Do you know
already?
what?
I'm thinking, bro, the show's moving kind of fast.
You didn't touch it?
No,
Alright,
just-
We've never. People are gonna think, what's going on? And these guys don't like each other. They ain't even
Listen.
talking.
This is teamwork. If you don't want context, it is 35 degrees today. Okay? What the
The
fuck?
sun's out, get your
Yeah,
fans out.
I know that Mark's even has stuff to say, but he's like, do you know, it's not worth it. We'll talk about it on
No,
Monday.
honestly, no.
He's like, we'll talk about it on Monday.
He's like, save
So
for a
you know
cold
about
day.
that? You see
I'm
the
held
President Kwame?
A couple of times.
I know you have.
Okay.
I know you have. I'm looking
Because
at you. I can't. I'm looking at Yusuf as well. I'm like,
Yeah,
these
you
guys have
ain't
stuff
say.
to
Yeah,
say.
they're not saying nothing.
Do you know who knows the real test is? Sis, what would you do?
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
we know.
yeah. I'm gonna tell. Leave your
That's how we
man.
know.
Koi.
No, Monday, be like, you know
Your
what?
man.
She's right.
Yeah,
Leave
do you
him.
know? Do you know? Listen to
Go
Koi.
off,
It's Friday.
citizen.
Listen to Koi. But Monday, I'm gonna chat to you.
Monday we'll come back for bro.
No, that's not.
That's never gonna happen. Never
Koi,
gonna
now we're
happen.
gonna
Like
start a
1
union.
week, like,
No.
what about my birthday week? Can we get a bro?
Alright,
What would
that
you
would
do?
be.
Yeah,
Or for
yeah,
his
do that,
birthday
man.
week. If he wants to destroy a man's life for his birthday week,
Wow.
then he can do that.
Do you know what?
He can do
As a
that.
gift.
He can do that. If you were to take Mark's advice,
Yep.
that is freedom of speech. That is
Honestly,
your
freedom of speech.
choice. And the consequences are on your head as well. So leave
Absolutely.
your wife.
But don't write back. And then
Marry the
ask sis,
Ukrainian.
what would you do?
don't write back in it.
When you get the consequences, don't write back for sis, what would you do? We're sorry, we're not taking those requests. Absolutely not. But Word on Road, I thought I'd start with some black excellence. Jennifer
on.
Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she's one of the 17 people to have an ego. So basically, it's an Emmy, Grammy, Oscars, and Tony Awards. All before
Well,
40.
I thought you said
Amazing.
ego. I said
No, it's like abbreviated.
Yeah. That's cold. That's cold.
I had to look at Emman because he's the
Emmy,
word
Grammy,
pronouncer.
Oscar, and what?
Emmy,
Tony.
and Tony Awards. Yeah,
That's
acting.
she's acting her
She's
stuff
doing
away.
her-
She's
Thing.
cold. I think she was
There's-
Aretha.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
She was, wasn't she?
Dreamgirls
Yes.
for me.
Yes.
Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls,
Yeah,
you were
Dreamgirls.
next to Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
but-
you stole the show.
Have you seen Aretha?
No, I
good,
haven't.
man.
Yeah, but isn't Jay Hard
She's
a
good,
better
man.
singer than Beyonce?
Yeah,
But it
I don't
doesn't
wanna
matter.
say that too much
It's
'cause it
star
means
quality
range.
as well.
No, I
though.
know, but she's a better singer though.
No, but it's star quality as well.
I know, but she's a better singer.
Please, when the beehive sting you finish, please.
What do you have?
Oh!
What did he say?
No, we're not saying again.
Yusuf's thoughts and
no.
opinions are his
I
own.
don't give a damn about no beehive.
You took that
I'm a
freedom of
grown man.
speech. You took that freedom of speech.
How do you feel about the Barbs?
I like the Bubs.
Oh,
He's a pussy.
No, I like the Bubs.
He's a pussy.
No, I like the Bubs.
No, because you know.
No,
because you
I
know.
know.
Get
No,
stuck.
allow it.
fan, the Beyonce fan.
Forget it. It's all right.
How?
It's all right. But so, no, I love the Barbs. The Barbs.
No,
Barbs
you
are
might
amazing.
actually love
No,
the Barbs,
because
though.
No, you don't.
I
You
do.
wanted to fight
I
everyone.
like Nicki Minaj.
Scared of the Barbs.
How am I scared of the Bubs? I don't care about
Wait,
Beyonce,
guys,
but I care about Nicki
Mark
Minaj.
said
Alright.
he's a
You're
pussy.
You ordered that peach.
That's
You
grown
ordered
man.
that.
Bare Vim,
2
big
days
man.
after his
Really
birthday.
is it?
You're rude.
Yes. It's his
You know what
birthday
it is?
week.
No
You're doing
one,
this to him.
no one wants it with the Barbs.
I think the
I
Beehive
don't think you should. I don't
Yeah,
think
but
you should. I
anyway,
don't think you should have
I
it
don't-
both
no,
of
they're
them.
not, man.
No, trust me.
They're not, man. Nicki's fans. Sorry.
Nah, Beehives, yeah. What did you say? Sorry, because
I was talking about you to you. Like,
no, I honestly think Beehives are worse than Bobs. Because Beehives, yeah, like they don't even need any kind of confirmation something's happened. Do you remember that picture one time of Jay-Z sitting next to some white woman, and I think she had to offer him water or something?
Yeah.
Finished her. They finished her. Like she had to come out. Beyonce had to come out and be like, "Yo, you guys need to relax." She had to put a letter to them and say, "You need to relax." Beehive are the worst.
I think that what it is with Yusuf is that he can't have beef with both of them.
Oh, you
One
got to choose
day.
your battle.
You got
yeah.
So if he was cool with a
No,
beehive,
it's not even
then,
that because I like Nicki Minaj.
yeah, no. Also, I actually
And I
believe you, by
appreciate
the
that.
way, but
Yeah, Nicki Minaj.
I honestly don't think he has beef. Who has beef with both?
And I don't really care for. I'm not a Beyonce stan. Like I'm not even a Beyonce.
Oh, we know.
You
I'm
said
not
it
gonna say.
yesterday. You said she was
He's
boring.
good.
She's boring.
2 for 2.
Beyonce, what is Beyonce exciting?
Do you have a
Nah, have you watched her
backup
perform?
post?
Yeah, no, she's a dope performer. Dope performer.
That's
Beyonce,
exciting.
mad
She's
talented.
exciting.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Ben's gonna cut that bit out.
No, he's not. Because
So,
I don't care about Yusuf's life at all.
You guys are pandering to Beyonce, huh?
Back to Jennifer.
Watch this. Can I just say, if Beyonce ever wanted to come on, yeah, and she says Yusuf can't be there, are we taking
Oh.
a stand?
Absolutely.
No way, he's
No,
gone.
I'm taking the sound of Beyonce.
What? I'm
You said
sleeping.
you can't be.
I'm
can't lie to
sleeping there
you.
that night, bro. You guys walking out.
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's crazy? No, but no. Do you know what's mad?
I'll be
We're changing the
sleeping
venue.
here.
We're changing the venue.
Like,
It's literally gonna be called
I'll show up.
Do you know what
Trust me,
it
I'll
is?
show up.
We just put in the group and say, look, Brent and E-Man sick, we're not filming tomorrow. You get me?
I'm showing up, man.
Do you know what's
Hella
mad?
questions for
Like,
Beyonce.
that's when you realize, yeah, that business is business, you know?
Business.
Beyonce comes and said, yes, I'll do it, but I've seen, because I feel
I've
like
seen
her
it-
team researches
Yeah,
everything
they
in
do.
it. So they would identify the last 2
I'm
episodes.
like, oh my God, Beyonce
And-
knows me. She knows who I am.
And I think she would change you as well. I think she would be like, it's so good to meet the 4 of you. Like, it's
Yeah,
so,
the 4 of
it's
you.
so
You're
wonderful
so
to
great.
meet.
I'll be a Beyonce. I'm living rent free in your head, innit? Rent free, cuz.
Nah, no way. I would
yeah.
change the time and everything. I come here at 1 a.m. to film that if I have to. She don't want Yusuf. She ain't
Brent-
getting Yusuf.
Brent would fire Yusuf the week before. That was it. And hire him the week
You're
after.
suspended. What a joke, man. But yeah,
Anyway,
so Jennifer
shout out
Hudson, so
Jay.
she basically got an Emmy Award for Outstanding Interactive Media for a daytime program as an executive producer of basically Baba Yaga in 2021. I don't know if anyone watched that. And then she got a Grammy as part of the Colour Purple, like musical theatre in
That would
2017.
be cool to
I was going to
watch.
say, when was she in Colour Purple?
No, it's a theatre, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't making
That would be
no
cool
sense
to
me.
watch it in theatre, though. That would be
And then what
Have
you
seen
guys
that?
would
Have
know
you seen that
about,
film?
she
yeah,
got-
I've watched Colour Purple.
what, the Colour Purple?
Yeah.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
oh yeah, it's
yes.
a
Yeah.
whole lot, but
It's
it's a
intense.
serious
Good
film,
film,
man.
It's a serious.
I
Have you
think
watched the
it's
Full
someone
Coloured
one.
Women? Full Coloured Women.
That's why I was mixing it up with.
Oh,
That's the one where he's trigger warning.
trigger warning. Children die,
He's basically hanging the kids off the balcony.
and he's a
You've seen
drunkard,
that scene?
and he's an abusive husband. And then she's like, but she's just there for the kids. But do you know the fact that she got blamed afterwards as well? I think was kind of fair, but difficult for me to take in.
I
But
want to
anyway,
watch it.
But you know this part. Well, we told you this part. He hangs the kids outside because she's like basically, I don't know what
She's
she's
gonna
doing.
basically he's a drunk here and he's abusive and she's gonna leave him. And he said, if you leave me, you're not gonna have the kids.
Wow.
Held the kids outside the
Yeah.
window, dropped them to the floor.
Question
How
question
high was
quickly,
his
yeah.
window,
This is
sorry?
going off a tangent. We speak about later, yeah. But is using trigger warning, is that negating free speech?
No,
it's not
No.
you're
cool.
still saying what you're gonna
Okay,
say.
cool. I'm just looking.
Yeah.
No, so.
I think. Yeah.
What's this film called? Four Coloured Women.
Full Coloured
Four Coloured
Women.
Girls.
Full Coloured Girls. Sorry.
Mm.
Follows
Like
the
four-
story of 4 black women.
Yeah.
It intertwines a little bit, but it is deep.
It's
Is
so
it like
like,
set back a day or?
like
yeah, like 2002
pop
kind of time.
50s, 2002.
Oh, I thought you meant when it was filmed and stuff.
Actually, maybe 2000. Yeah, maybe.
It looks like 2000
Oh, so
kind
it's-
of air.
Wait there, is it a new film now?
No,
It's not
an old
new.
film.
It's an old film.
It's an
Yeah.
old film.
All right, cool.
But I'm not like black and white kind of
Yeah,
old.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah.
It's cold. It's
I'll
deep.
It's
find
probably
though.
sick, but it's one of those things where I've watched it once, I will never watch it again in my life.
But I
It's
watched it
very
once and
triggering.
I can't. I think I'm ready to watch it again. I watched it almost like 10 years ago, and I think I'm
Yeah.
ready to watch it again. It was so deep. Like my little
It's-
brain couldn't have handled all of that.
It's a lot.
I
Is it
did,
ba-
but
Is it based on Nina Simone's For Women?
Yeah,
maybe
I think so. You know,
Maybe
because it's got like poetry.
yes, it has spoken word. in
Yeah,
it,
it has spoken word in it. It might be,
but not
be.
in like a way that's bad.
It's
in
not
a
like
way that
open the door
makes
close.
it.
That is
cold.
It makes sense.
Oh,
Okay.
the abortion scene. Oh, trigger warning. Sorry,
Yeah, it's good.
it's cold.
Watch it. But yeah, so she got an Oscar as well for Dreamgirls. You guys will know that. In 2007 for Best Supporting Actress for her role as FEY, and then she got the Tony for a musical, A Strange Loop. It's called. So she's amazing, and then more excellence for her. She's had an amazing week. She's got her own talk show, which I think is amazing. I'm gonna watch it.
Mm.
It's called the Jennifer Hudson Show, and it's going to be produced by the same people. Most of Ellen's team, basically.
Okay,
It's gonna be done in the same studio as Ellen's, and a lot of the producers from Ellen's
Wow.
show are gonna be producing hers.
I would never-
That
it's
would
a
look
big
good
deal.
then, innit?
that would be cold.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
at the moment, it's been cleared in America, like 95% of the country. So it's like national syndication, which is
Oh, so
Brilliant.
okay.
that is amazing. So
Well
it
done.
That is
starts on
amazing.
the 12th of September
Dope.
on Fox TV stations.
Can
So-
I say another reason why I really like her?
Yeah.
She didn't actually win the contest. So what was it? America's Got Talent or something like that.
Yeah, American
She-
Idol.
American Idol. She didn't actually win. Like they dropped her out. For her to go and create this kind of career was kind of like a Simon, you made the
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
decision.
Shows like that, yeah. I always think the people that don't win have the bigger careers.
It happens a lot, you know.
Yeah.
People that win, because basically they're kind of in contracts and
One
Yeah.
all that
Direction
kind of
didn't win,
stuff.
did
Yeah.
They didn't win that.
And they kept saying, look at they were the
And
biggest
they became-
artists.
yeah, they were
Who
bigger
even
than
won their year?
Lil Mix.
Lil Mix didn't win.
They didn't win.
They
Sorry.
didn't win.
Yeah.
Did
I
they
don't
win?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I can't remember. That was too long.
Did
Yeah.
did Fantasia win?
Fantasia.
No, I don't. Oh,
I don't-
She might have. She smashed
might
up the
have
place,
actually.
innit?
her
She's-
voice is insane.
She smashed it up. I'm sure
might
she
have. Let me
did.
check.
Well,
I
like
don't know if she
physically.
won or not.
What
No,
do you
she
mean? Like,
done-
she
she done
won.
proper
She
good.
did. No, yeah, her voice is insane.
How can it come up with some Disney nonsense?
Oh.
This is anti-black. This is very anti-black. What the heck? Oh yeah, she did win. She won
Oh, she
third
won.
season American Idol. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, that song of hers is a.
When I See.
Oof, when I see. Listen, let me not even destroy
Best thing
the
ever.
airwaves today.
But onto that. Chloe, I'm gonna. No, I'm not yet. Sorry, babes, not yet.
It's alright.
But yeah. So Drake dropped a surprise album today,
What a surprise it was.
and it's
Mm.
called Honestly Never Mind.
Trash surprise.
It's his
The artwork.
seventh album,
The artwork was made on Adobe Photoshop there. That
and and it's got
Nollywood
14. It's got 14 songs,
It's a classic.
and you're one of those annoying people, aren't you?
Drake.
You listen to 1 minute. Oh, it's a classic.
Certified lover boy.
Relax. But yeah, it's got 14 tracks, and the only feature I can see, I haven't listened to it yet, is 21 Savage. But we're gonna get into it properly with Mr. Rotation on Monday.
I love this collaboration here. I'm loving this.
So you can never say I don't like you because look what I just did there.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it at all?
I listened to the whole thing.
And you said, don't give us any spoilers because
Is either I speak right now or Monday?
No, Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Alright, cool.
Monday.
give people
yeah.
time to give them some time to listen.
Yeah, Monday. And then the last
Basically.
spoiler alert.
But that's how he stays. This megastar that you guys love so
This
much.
might be his
innit?
biggest streaming album of all time.
Monday. Monday. We'll see. Monday. Anyways, last. Khloe Kardashian.
Auntie. Last but not actually last.
Yeah, she's
The last
the-
Sorry,
Yeah,
Burner Boy.
it's the
Last.
least. It's definitely the least as well.
If you're comparing it, if you're
basically,
comparing
what
it
I was
to-
gonna say, yeah, I wasn't sure what least meant in that context. But I don't want to take. I don't want to take my chances. I just start with last. But last but not least, last and least. I think. I don't know, man. Khloe Kardashian is back in the news. Basically, I think what it was from what I saw online is that episode of Keeping Up with Kardashians airs yesterday,
Yep.
and it kind of covers where she finds out that Tristan has another child. And the thing I saw that killed me was Kim's clip, where Kim is basically saying that, all of you that always troll Khloe, all you trolls online, always coming for Khloe, don't make me. That she's like, I'm not gonna threaten on TV. But like, it's so mean. It's very, very mean. And she's like, just because he embarrassed her and he's dragged her name through the mud and he's made a fool out of her. I was like, how is this positive?
What's Kim K's fan base called?
Nothing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she doesn't have a.
She don't have.
A hive.
No, she don't have anything.
I don't know what she calls it.
They're just called women, to be honest with you.
No, they're not.
No, they are. They use a lot of Kim. the Kardashians as a whole.
Do you love Kim?
Use I invest, even if you don't love her like that. Use I invested in the Kardashians.
It's my job. It's word on road. I have to do it.
That's what they're called women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely made an impact. They have an impact.
Or,
I think they're called women.
are they called non-black women?
No. Black women love them.
Black women do, yeah, but we're
Do
not
they?
dying
No,
for it.
there's a section of black women that are onto them.
Yeah.
Because of
Yeah.
that. There is a section of black women onto them.
Yeah,
But
not everyone.
the black people are inclusive as well. We're like the least racist. We're always bringing people to the cookout. They
That's
love
another-
them.
That's another conversation for
My
another
mum
day.
watches Kardashians.
Yeah, because it's visually very interesting to watch. Like it's literally like a rich person mood board, the house and all of that stuff. And then I don't know. It's just TV.
But yeah, because you watched the episode. Right?
Yeah,
Is there any more
I
tea
watched the season finale. And so what's the
that's season finale.
Yeah, I think
So they ended
I
it?
think so. Yeah, no,
Crazy.
yeah, they did. So it's not keeping up with Kardashian. Maybe it is, I don't know. But this season was different because it's a docu-series now rather than a reality TV show. So they get, and they're all executive producers, so they get to actually say, not just Kim and her mum, but everyone gets to say
In
what
what
their story
happens.
looks like a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
And what's it, or have a say anyway. I don't know if they listen to them,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, this season was the last one, and it started off. The last season ended with the revelation of Tristan cheating. So what we've seen before is everyone
2 for 2.
cheat. No, not even cheating. Haven't got someone pregnant. That was the story is that was his 30th birthday that Khloe actually organized.
Yes.
He went and got her. He got a woman pregnant who's now having a son, which Khloe wanted. And apparently, the main reason why Khloe stayed and doesn't badmouth him is because of her daughter. Like she's very much like that kind of thing. She was like, my daughter's never gonna know how much pain this guy's put me through. That's still her daddy. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. When he wanted to buy Khloe's most recent house, she didn't allow him to go halves on it. She was like, I'm gonna do it myself. So she was kind of already
She's aware.
like, she may be in love or whatever, but she still was kind of cautious. However, I think one thing that this show allows you to see is how much he breaks her. Like she fainted apparently. Like
Really?
she's not on camera, but she fainted because ideally it was so hard, and she took so much slack for trying to forgive him in the first place. Even the whole family kind of just let her do her thing in it because you can't tell somebody what to do.
Especially not Khloe. She's the hard one in the family.
Right, but essentially, is she the hard one or is she the softest one to kind of take this kind of disrespect so many times publicly and still stay there? But basically what Kim was saying is that it's really hard for a woman to have the whole world bullying them like this, and from the woman to actually still stay for the sake of the kids or because of love or whatever. So anyway, we see kind of Khloe kind of like, you can see her in heartbreak, innit? She doesn't cry on things, but she just acts like somebody who's a little bit sullen and sad and all of
Her
that.
health and stuff like that, I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just public and no one fucks with you as well. Everyone's saying like that it's your fault, you deserve it, blah, 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 blah. Like if we take away the Kardashian name and that, just looking at her as a woman, it looked really hard to go through. It looked really embarrassing.
Do you know my thing though? Because when I watched them when I was younger, like Khloe's always been my favorite one. I feel like she was the one. I feel like she was the toughest one. She was one who knew what she wanted. She'd be emotional when she needs to be, and like, I really admired her.
She felt real.
But I'll be honest with you, from now until I don't know, my empathy will always be capped just because of what she did to Jordan Woods. For me, and that's why even as much as you're saying, like I relate to women on a deep level. When it comes to heartbreak and stuff like that, I hate that women have to go through that. I absolutely detest it, right?
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I can't even. It's so sad, but I can't see that side of her because she allowed a little girl be bullied over her man. And it's the fact that for me, is the fact that you allowed this man did what he did. He kissed her. He kissed your little sister's friend, right? You allowed her to be bullied by the world. You continuously, even till today, still shade her. Yet you're still with this man repeatedly after he's made a fool out of you. I'm sorry, but all he says to me is karma. Like I genuinely, and I'm such an empath. Like I'm ridiculously an empath. But with her, I can't allow that because you really allowed this man. You really bullied a young girl. And if that girl did not know the family, if she didn't know the Smiths,
she didn't have a voice.
We don't know what could have been in
I
that
think
girl.
you know what would have happened.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, no, I just feel like it's karma, babes. Well, especially as she took the man from someone else when that other woman was pregnant as well.
So that's the Kardashians. That's what happened. That's what happened yesterday. The episode came out and it kind of just showed how she experienced it. Because obviously we only kind of know what Tristan's been doing and that. Yeah. For me personally, I think Tristan, I don't wish Tristan on anybody. Like I don't think Tristan wishes himself on anyone. He wants to be single so bad. But I don't get it because my thing is that you can leave, bro. Like you could leave. Like don't get me wrong, she could also leave, of course, but that wasn't happening. But like you cheated on her publicly, embarrassed her so many times. Like just telling you.
I think it's a cry for help.
But he could have got out though. We don't
know that. I genuinely feel. In this story, I feel more for Tristan than I do for her.
Are they still
really feel
together
like
now?
No,
don't know
now it's
together.
done. Now it's done. Now it's done. The way that the series ended, she was like, "Yeah, now it's done." The family was like, "You don't need any more signs. Like this is
Yeah, but
is
friends
it."
should breathe him in secret.
I don't think so because she
Didn't
was
have a post the other day.
Yeah, the thing. She posted something recently.
I'm sure they were trending the other day again.
You know her attitude. Yeah, this is what she said. Her attitude is that that's the father of my child. She will never know how much pain he's put me through.
But you know what? Though?
That's
I
her
can
attitude.
understand that. Yeah, but I think
Which
there's
is
a way
very-
to.
What you like in terms of polygyny and that.
There's a way
kids.
to protect yourself.
No,
Yeah,
at
there's a
all.
way to protect your. There's a way to protect the way your child views the father, because really and truly that's how he is to you as a partner. That's not how he is as a father to the child.
Mm.
That is understandable. So I get that, but I think you can also protect yourself. I think
can
that
protect
she's
yourself.
I just don't think she's strong enough to leave, and I think she's using True as a reason for that, because you can make it happen. You can make it work. Because when I'm very against women who say that the relationship doesn't work out with the man, right? And they
Mhm.
make
Yeah.
him a villain to the child. I'm
Yeah.
very against that, because I say
100%.
that's how he is to you as a husband, as a boyfriend, as a partner. That's not how he is to his child as a father, right?
Mm.
So I think she's using that as an excuse to not be able to leave. But again, as I said, what she did to a black woman, my empathy is capped at 0.2%.
I heard that. What? Let's jump into the people's journal.
Did you see that she lost her bum on the show?
Yes,
Mm.
she lost.
No, not on the show. On the
Not
show,
the
she
bum.
still had bum.
Oh, she still had it on the show.
I
Probably
saw
next
bum.
season.
Oh, okay.
I saw bum on the show. So yeah, but that was
Yeah, but-
surprised me.
Basically, guys, PSA, all you girls going on your way to Mexico and them at the moment, cancel your flights. BBL's out of fashion.
Flatbacks are back in, innit?
Flatbacks out back.
Save your money.
Do you know what's mad? Like some girl told me that I think she's like 20, 21 or whatever. No, 19, 20, 20. One of them numbers, right? And she was like, yeah, like I kind of just feel like the generation before, it was all about like being curvy, having a bum, like all of that stuff. Now it's about, I think I told you and stuff. She said
Yeah.
now it's about being super duper slim. Like,
But
and
it's
like
true,
GTA.
though.
No, I'm seeing the shift. I've seen the shift.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the shift.
Shit,
'Cause there's a
where? Because
major,
my brain hasn't, my
what,
brain
with,
hasn't
with,
shifted.
with white women, you mean?
No,
What?
with
No,
black women as
With
well.
black women.
like in the fashion,
Like
if you're
pretty
someone who,
face, like
yeah, if
pretty
you're
face,
someone who's
slim,
involved in that world,
yeah,
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 if
you
there's
can.
all them
Dressed in the
all them
modern fashion.
influencers can do that, but what about grand level boots on the ground
you
in
know
the
what it is?
streets?
There's
We still want.
there's a high-end
Oh,
fashion.
We
There's
need-
a high-end fashion house.
I'm ignoring
Yeah, but high fashion has
Or
always
me-
been that way, though.
No, wait. Let me land my point. There's a high-end fashion like magazine or something, and they've actually said that 2014 Tumblr looks are back. I can't remember
Yes.
who it is exactly, but and 2014 was skinny girls, like
And the
eating
fashion as
disorder
well is
kind of vibe.
the fashion as well is like whatever colors go together, but wear with confidence. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's definitely
Like
more.
colour-
Looks really, really changed. It's mad. I was watching old school videos from like early 2000s and that.
Yeah.
And like all the first traps that they set today are not in them. And
Yeah.
I would just assume that they were always the same. There's bare girls in it, rare. Like it's all the same shit, but it's like the thick, voluptuous woman that
Yeah.
you know, like the shots that you need, the
Yeah.
back shots and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nowhere
But
to
you
be
know
seen in
Yeah,
them.
just
These
let-
things, yeah,
slim
it
girls,
would.
innit?
The change is for people who follow that anyway.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So there are black women, there are Asian women, whoever women who follow that trend and where like literally they look to magazines
To
for how
know
they should
to
look and
what's-
what they should
yeah,
wear.
yeah,
So if
yeah.
you're heavily in that kind of, if that's where you get your influence from and your awakening, then for you will really be taking out your fat from your bum. Like girls on TikTok are doing already. Like the girls are reversing their surgeries already.
Well, some of them
That's
need to
wild.
reverse them because they don't look good. You get me?
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
but I
even
think
less.
the bigger conversation is that human beings shouldn't be trends. Really, like
That's what I'm
like,
sitting there
own-
thinking. Why are you
own your,
letting
like-
companies tell you how to look?
Well, everybody does.
No, but
that.
it's the
No, I
pressure,
mean
but
your actual
everyone-
body, not how to dress. Like I mean,
No, but even that's important. Like the way, like everybody looks the same. And if you go back through the decades, like 10, like 90s, 80s, 70s, where their styles thing, and everybody looks the same. So
Yeah.
who sets it? Who's gonna decide when our look changes and we all start looking different? Who sets that? Like, that's even though you're saying it's not your body,
yeah.
the mindset of it that you can get
Yeah.
everybody in unison
Yeah.
to conform and do that. That's powerful as well. That's mad.
I think that's
That's
mad.
what's
I think
so
that's madness, though.
Huh?
But
I think that's madness.
the
It's-
reason why I'm
it's
saying
definitely
it is
madness,
because
but
I kind of feel
it's
like
reality.
now that we're all old enough to have seen it. You know, like when we were younger, all we kind of saw was music video vixens, and
Yeah.
like now we've seen like 3 different like styles of human beings that are celebrated. Yeah, isn't there a part of us, and maybe because we're older as well, so hopefully we can be a bit more grounded. But isn't there a part of us that said, then fuck the rules? Because I feel like real rules shouldn't change that much. Like,
Yeah.
don't
But
murder.
you can't fuck the rules because you see when the masses, it's like when Slim Jeans come in. when it's skinny fitting, right?
Yeah.
And there's bare roadman that are not doing skinny fit. I'm not wearing skinny jeans. Yeah.
then they look
But you see,
mad
like,
out, yeah.
after when society catches on and they're all doing it, yeah, you look like a psychopath. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Everybody's
You
all
literally stick
there.
out like a sore thumb.
Everybody's all there fitted and neat, yeah. And you're
And you're-
there
you're swimming
with
the floors, your
these
boot cut.
big jeans on, yeah.
Yeah.
And these jeans were the shit a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But you're looking at and you're saying, all right, you know what?
I gotta change this.
Yeah, but bro,
Yeah.
that's freedom of speech.
Huh?
Freedom of speech, bro. I wear my jeans.
You're gonna ride this freedom of speech.
No, but it is freedom of
dead,
speech. I want to wear my boot. Not me, but I want to wear my boot
Freedom of
cuts.
act.
They wear them against
There's
smoke
some
every
brothers
day.
that I know.
You're catching smoke
it
every
is.
day, though.
Certain body types for men, you can't do the skinny.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I know certain guys, they ain't got the body type, so they still stay rocking the loose fits.
Yeah, they ain't got no
And,
loose.
and
I heard
I look
them.
at them, I think, I get it.
No, but it's
But
coming,
you know,
the loose is coming back anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
this
do.
coming back.
Yeah,
But
this
that's
coming
why I
back.
say that stuff like this, trends and stuff, yeah, is if you subscribe to that world. Like ideally,
Yeah.
everyone should have their own mind and do whatever you want to do and wear whatever you want to wear. But if you're someone who's subscribed to that, you do that.
And also age,
But you can
like
always
age
think-
demos as well. Like you can't have man like Bun B wearing skinny jeans and then
Mm.
like
But-
it's weird.
But I also feel like there's something to say that in all these spaces, you can always think of someone who doesn't do that, and that
Yeah.
person's rated for not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Poet doesn't dress the way everyone else dresses, but you can.
No one rates poet like that. People in fashion circles would. Don't get me wrong. Fashion circles definitely because he dresses. So people who are like you say, people who follow those trends,
Yeah.
and quirky alien people might look at man and think,
Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, he's doing
That
his
is a
thing.
sick
But
label
our
name.
thing, who gives a fuck about poets and these stupid headscarves, all these foolishness?
No, I know what you're saying.
Do you know,
Yeah, exactly.
what's funny, yeah? I get what you're saying. Because what
Like,
you're saying makes sense.
he's not looked upon
But it's
as
the
like a
passion
fashion
behind what you're
icon.
saying.
Yeah.
Poet's
hold
my
that-
dog, that's my
we
brother.
hold that in for a
I was
minute.
talking to him yesterday.
He's someone that I look at and I,
I
think,
don't
you know
know
what?
what we stepped
He's
on.
free. He does what he wants. I rate that.
But-
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I don't think people look at him as an example of how to dress.
No,
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I think that's what
that's
Khloe's
the
point.
freedom. That's
She
what
was
I'm
saying that
the
people-
freedom is that
yeah.
you can still pop and do.
Okay, in that sense, then,
You
yeah,
don't
he's,
need no Poet,
Because
you don't
really
need
need
because
it.
this guy, yeah,
No, I'm sure
he's
Poet
ticking the
knows. I'm
box.
sure, but you know what it is that you must know, like you must rate the fact that he stands out and
Yeah.
does whatever he wants.
yeah, I
And
rate that
that's
he
the
don't
point.
care what people
Yeah,
think.
exactly,
no,
that's
no,
the-
no.
And then
Is that
Coi
point
Leray,
like that?
that's the same reason why people really like one of the reasons why people really fuck with Coi Leray, because at a time where everyone like every recent artist has been a doll and has had crazy body.
They're literally a starter pack.
She literally came through and was like, I'm not changing a single thing about me.
Yeah.
Same reason why we fucking love Nella Rose. Like people that kind of stand against the grain, if
Yeah.
they do it well and
Yeah.
there's success assigned to them as well,
Yeah.
they become a little bit of fresh air. They become a
Mm.
haven for a lot of people that don't. It's all right
No,
when
you're
the
right, you're
trend is in line with what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's all great when it is, yeah. But when the trend changes, is your confidence going to disappear too? Likely. That's why these people, I don't know, I think a certain sort of person can actually stand against the grain and make it look fantastic, like if they stand in it. So
Yeah, no, with Poet, I think for how he
Going back to
dresses,
it? Okay.
I think for what he does, I think it looks fine. I
Yeah,
think
no, I'm not
what he
saying it looks
does
bad.
He looks
suits,
great.
it suits him, right?
Yeah, and
Oh,
probably
And
who he cares about. He,
And
you
I
know,
rate the
and
fact that he doesn't care. Like he'll show up to award show in a
high vest, high V,
high vis
high
jacket, pajamas.
Yeah, he's
Whatever.
Poet's
Pajamas take
not,
the
Poet's not stupid. He's a sensible man. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, you know what he's doing,
So when he's
obviously.
turning up to these places and these things,
Yeah,
you get me? There's
I
nothing
rate
to
it.
his
I rate it.
madness.
I rate it. But obviously, that's not how people
See,
are going to dress.
look, so that's how a friend speaks. I just want you to know that's how I rate it. It's
Nah,
nice.
I'm a real friend. I speak.
Oh,
If Mark spoke the way you used to go, Poet would have called him after shut out. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Why are you talking like that? What's going on?
All right. Well,
I keep the same energy anywhere I go as well. You know.
Well, we
I don't
know.
say- So people,
no,
People know what to expect.
yeah.
no, that's great. So that's great. So I just wasn't expecting it. Like I just was like,
Yeah.
is there beef? Is there a pod beef between No Behavior and HC? But yeah, sorry, said People's Journal. What we doing?
All right. So, People's Journal, I'm going to be super quick today, yeah?
I'm just saying
Every
this
day.
every day.
If I get if I had a pound every
That's
time you
like
say that,
your tagline now, isn't it?
We're very on time though.
Are we?
Don't let chat to you like that. Do it again.
Brent is so funny.
How do you not? Have you not ever had a fight?
What do you say?
Like no, just the way he talks is a bit shady. It's a bit undercutting. Like
I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, you know what? Brent
in
does talk.
general.
Brent talks at you a lot.
Okay, we're not doing this.
You
Okay, we're not
please
doing
No,
this.
but I'm saying
Sorry.
when you were younger, was there ever scrappers as friends? You lot have been friends for years.
No, I don't think so.
Can I say
Oh,
context
okay,
for
that's
the
good.
context for the lovely listeners? Brent and Emman are basically brothers.
Yeah.
So that's what they mean.
Brent reminds us every day that Eman's his best friend, but He talks down upon.
He doesn't talk down to him. We just don't see what he does back.
Condescending, bro.
Stop. What's wrong with this shit?
Snitching ass Yusuf. That's what's happening.
Snitching ass back
in his bag.
in his motherfucking bag.
Alright,
Deary
so
me.
you lot are making this segment go longer. Anyway. So,
In fact, he's as bad. Brent, more Brent.
so
Brent, free milk on
basically,
your car.
UK interest rates, I'm not sure if you lot realised, but basically they've risen. The Bank of England is trying to obviously curb the effects of inflation. So they've raised the interest rates from 1% to 1.25%, which is the 5th consecutive rise, pushing them to the highest level in 13 years.
Mathematically, is that a good strategy?
It's a typical strategy for inflation because basically what it does is it increases the cost of borrowing. So it will make people hopefully spend less. They want you to borrow potentially and spend less. And because you're spending less, then
The money lasts longer.
Huh?
The money lasts longer or something.
not necessarily, but basically the cost of things should come down
Oh,
because
okay.
obviously you're not going to buy your laptop anymore at £1,000.
Okay.
Like the manufacturer will say, okay, you know what, I need to get rid of it
Yeah.
and bring down to 900 or whatever.
Okay.
And so if effectively with time, inflation starts to decrease.
I don't get economics, man. Proper don't.
It's a talent.
Continue. Yes, proper good skill.
So that's basically the strategy that they're pretty much trying to use. Same things happening in America as well. They've increased the interest rates, the highest it's been in 30 years. This is why, again, the stock market just continues to plummet. The last thing is the pound falls to its lowest level since the pandemic crash. Again, it's just negative news, unfortunately.
You've never brought a positive on
This
here.
person's journal is negative. My gosh.
So it says it's fell against the dollar. So now it's like basically £1 to $1.20.
£1 to $1.20. Wow.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it?
That's poor.
Remember back in the day it was like 1 to 2.
Yeah, it was double. Yeah, that was a shit.
Even 1 to 1 was a mad time. But now it's 1 to 120.
Yeah, so it's terrible. And also same with the against the euro as well. It's €1 to 86p.
Oh, that's horrid.
So there's our motor.
Yeah,
Boy.
so
That's
We're
yucky.
going through it.
it's not looking too good.
More ways than
They're
one.
too drunk to. They've been drinking from the moment they got there. They don't know what's happening with their wallet. They'll
They-
do it when they get back.
They didn't know what's happening with a lot of things. No shade.
The last thing, I might as well add this in because it's been in here for a couple of days. Whitby. I'm not sure if you don't know where Whitby is.
You know I don't know.
They're like in the Midlands and that.
Yeah, it's in Yorkshire,
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
that's shy.
basically with no black people. Like there's they voted basically. Yeah. They voted. Basically, it's one of those places where a lot of people go because they've got nice beaches or whatever. Apparently, so a lot of people are going there buying second properties
Mhm.
and they're not living in it, right? And they're just renting it for a lot higher.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's nice, right in front of the beach and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so the people are like, this is crazy because obviously you're doing this, and us who can't really afford it,
Mhm.
people that are actual residents here, live in this town for years, whatever, are struggling to obviously have to pay our rent, and you don't even live here. You're just using it as an investment tool, pretty much. Long story short, they've all banded together and they voted against people buying second properties if you're not from that town.
Can I say,
Yes.
even if people didn't buy it, they still wouldn't be able to afford it.
Hey, why not?
They can't
If
afford
they
the
can't
rent,
afford-
is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
They can't afford the rent that the people that bought it have now set, but they would.
But
be
why
able
do they
to-
need the rent if they're already living in there?
No, so basically, these are new builds, yeah? So may we need to clarify. So a lot of these are new builds.
Mhm.
And these people that, for example, live in London, it's like us
Yeah.
all saying, you know what, let's make some extra money
Mhm.
and go and buy those new builds out
Mhm.
there. Knowing when people come, people that live there, whatever, that
Mhm.
need properties, they'll rent it from us. But we would charge at premium prices.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're only doing it for a profit. And most of
Okay.
the times, out of season, for example, it's just empty. And
Okay, so-
obviously, there's people there that need homes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. And so
Okay.
they're struggling to pay the rent there as well.
I'm half and half in it because shout out to the people for getting together and making this happen. But this
Yeah.
feels a bit very busybody-ish. Like,
It seems very like
bro, investment properties are not a
And them
new.
is what I
It's
think
not a
it
new
is.
concept, and it's not terrorism. It's like I had the money as I bought this property. I knew this property would be
Mm.
of value to somebody who wants to be on the beach in this quiet town or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
I bought this. So now to bring a law in that.
But
Is it just
a
about
small
rent,
town?
or is it about stuff that it's doing to the area and that as well?
No, it's more so about rent and the prices of.
But then is it a
properties
small
and
town though?
stuff.
Because
They're
I
not
can't
like
lie to you.
Airbnb in it or nothing like this.
No, it doesn't seem.
Because
like
if
that.
it's
That could
if
have
it's a
run
small,
globally.
no, but if it's that's why Whitby did it, because if it's a small town, I can get it
Mhm.
because it's like a community, and that's why
Yeah.
we're able to get together so quickly to
Mhm.
put a ban up.
That
Do you
is-
know
So
what I mean?
basically, if you want to
How?
buy a house in Whitby, it has to be your first home and your only home. Your only home, basically.
Well, what they're saying is that it's not legally binding, right, at the moment, but they're saying organisers hope they will influence planning decisions by the town council. 93% have basically turned out, right? Sorry, 23% turned out and 93% voted to restrict the sale of new build and additional
That's
housing
a lot of
to
people.
full-time residents.
I can't lie, I get it. If it's are they a small town?
I believe so, yeah.
Because you know what it's giving me? It's giving me what was that show?
Hollyoaks.
No, with Lorelai and her little daughter.
Whoa.
Lorelai,
Emmerdale.
what?
Emmerdale.
No, it's a Netflix one. It's American.
Oh, so it's-
that
you
But
name.
basically,
Lorelai.
it's like a young, like a small town
Oh,
where everyone.
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. It's giving me that kind of
Yes.
vibe of the town where
I like
everyone
that
knows
show.
everyone. When you buy property, people know you and they want
Yeah.
to know who you are and stuff like that. So if it's that kind of vibe,
Mm,
I can understand it.
yeah.
Imagine if I want to get, if I do want to buy a property
That's
in
a
Whitby,
scary start point.
ain't
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
ban
Go
gonna
in.
stop me.
For me, I don't know what that would trickle into, but all right.
Yeah,
If-
so it's just But anyway, just to kind of wrap up, the average house price in Whitby is more than 250k. Yeah, and the
Ooh.
typical salary in Whitby is just under 19k. So imagine, so these people average less than 20k a year, and now the property is like over 250.
I get it. That must be
yeah,
really
that must go
Yeah.
during.
Yeah, and basically, an estate agent said 75% of the properties on its books, right,
Mm.
was sold as second homes or to investors. So yeah, so
75%. All right.
Everyone's
Like I said,
complaining
I do
about it.
respect them for even making a move. Like most people just moan about it. Like
Mhm,
you
exactly.
or relocate. But you lot said we go and take our power.
Mhm.
Whitby, let's go. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
shout
so
out
that's
to
the
you
end of the People's Journal.
guys. All right, well, let's jump into sis. What would you do?
Who's your bro?
What about guys? What would you do with that? What?
No,
Sis and bro,
we don't want to hear.
You lot don't
anything
wanna
else.
be
what would you
And I
do?
don't care what anybody puts in the comments. It ain't happening.
Freedom of speech.
Not on this platform.
Alright. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna curb that. Okay, guys. So, hey, Koi and Esther, is it just me or does the girl code go out the window as soon as the real world hits you and you have a steady 9 to 5 and a mortgage to your name?
Facts.
I like. This is gonna be.
I love
interesting. Let's go. I mean, I'm not talking about the really scary situations where you expect your girl not to date your ex-boyfriends, but the situations where just because you like a guy or linked a guy, your girl can't put herself in the position to fall in love with them. I'm in one of those situations now, and it's a thing where my friend did a thing with him 7 years ago. 7 years, and you're still telling me that it's him or our friendship. You're getting married next year. I just feel like if you're the friend, you'll be able to know from this, by the way. And you're saying I can only come to the wedding if we are friends, and we can only stay friends if I cut him. So if I cut it off with this guy who you were just linking 7 years ago. She put in capital letters, guys. I'm just giving you the vibes. The girl code is crazy. Girls, is it me that's doing too much, or does the girl code need to be abolished? I love the show and the dynamic between everyone there. The fact that we get so much dialogue, banter, and perspectives every single day is a godsend. Please never stop.
Thank you,
Be wrong,
babes.
girl. Thank you
Her
very
friend
much.
is garbage.
I'm sorry. Is this
Because-
what would you do, or is this what would you do?
Can I
No.
say
Because the
vagina?
sisters ain't gone first.
Because I just
Her friend is
need to know.
garbage. Her
You
friend's
let
getting
this-
married
I don't.
and she won't let her talk to a
Sir,
guy she dated
I don't-
7 years
Esther, can you
ago.
explain the segment? Can you explain
Freedom
how
of
it works?
speech, bro.
Brent, are you able to mute his voice and the mic?
Said freedom of speech, bro.
I'll be honest with you.
Freedom!
I said to freedom. He does like the bombs. But I would say I'm on this girl's side because I think that if first of all it was only a link, right? And that was 7 years ago. Personally, I don't think that's anything to write him about. And I think you're getting married next year as well. Let's be guided, please. Personally, I think you should date the guy, see where it goes. But I do think, depending on the friendship, I can't lie. I think a friend like that, if a friend is giving you an ultimatum, I'm not really good with ultimatums. I would, even if I want to pick the good thing, I will pick the bad thing just because you've said that, you've done that to me. But I think, yeah, with this situation, think of your friendship. If you want to stay friends with her, cool. But I can't lie to you. In this economy, I'm not really sacrificing a man for a friend who's giving me an ultimatum. and who's not trying to be understanding, and then now you're threatening with your wedding as well. I can't lie. I would date the guy.
Tapping me in.
You're tapped in, sis.
Your friend is getting married. Do you not have a Hindu or something to focus on?
Right.
I feel like this is it lets me know that your friend kind of is, there's a lot of ego here. There's a lot, which I realize women have.
Yeah,
We don't get called out on it a lot, to be fair,
Realize.
but
We mask it very well.
women have, I don't think we mask it, I just think we don't get called out on it. Like a lot of what we do is based on just wanting to be the top pick and stuff like that. And wanting to just be seen in a particular light. But ultimately, I feel like 7 years ago, this is essentially a stranger. This is somebody that you linked, which I don't even link is a very broad term, but that can go from one date to like, it's still minor though. Do you know what I mean? It's minor if it's a link. Unless she has she told you that she proper feels nothing for this guy or whatever? Because if this
She's
was like
getting married.
that's not the question I asked.
Because you can't be feeling something for an old link 7 years ago. You
I
get
don't
married.
understand why she even has a problem with this, other than to just
It's
be
ego.
like. And also, can I
It's
just say?
It's an old thing, though, isn't it?
Can I just say? So, sis, what would you do? So, can I just?
You think
say,
I didn't even hear it?
Freedom of speech, bro.
this-
man.
No, sis.
This
Freedom of
guy-
speech, bro.
Only the sisters
Come
have
on.
freedom of speech in
Esther,
this.
let me talk to
Let's
you.
talk,
and
babes.
Emman,
Let's
'cause
talk.
believe
Also, I got a
Emman's
question for you
good
afterwards, yeah?
person. Yeah, cool.
No, that was too dismissive.
So,
Freedom of speech, bro. That was
So-
too dismissive.
First of all, she's a sis. Put that out there.
thank you very
Bro.
much. I don't want to bring my pronouns into it now, but so
Sorry.
basically,
They.
Zah.
what we doing? So,
Wait.
is that these?
No,
is it
no,
okay?
no. He's
But everyone's
Yeah,
they.
it's-
No,
no, no,
everyone's
it's-
they. Everyone's
freedom
they.
freedom of speech, and there's consequences.
No, everyone's
Chloe, please
everyone's
carry
they.
on.
No, everyone
'Cause you've been
is
dying for
they.
it.
Die for it.
Everyone's
now
they.
you've
Been
been
dying for it. You're asking for it.
Now
No, question.
You're gonna
Can I
get
give
it.
the advice? Can I give the
Question.
advice? You're
Is-
being very disruptive.
Is everyone they?
Very
You
disruptive. It's giving
score.
a Sue. You're being very
No,
disruptive.
everyone's not they.
No, everyone picks their own pronouns.
No, but they is a universal pronoun.
Can
No,
we
but-
help this
no.
woman with her love? Her
Sorry, but
situation?
it's
No, I'm trying to get
We're all feeding
education.
into this. Can we? Okay, so anyway, let me just give this. We'll give you the screen time. Let's just you'll finish yourself in a second. So basically, I personally feel like your friend, she might be in bridezilla mode or something like that. I don't know if this is how she usually is, because I reckon if you lot have been friends for this long,
yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been, but it seems like she wants you to be in her wedding and all of that. Then I feel like maybe this isn't how she usually is. But me personally, none of my friendships require me
To be lonely when you get married.
not even be lonely when you get married, but they don't try to control me.
Oh yeah.
None of my friendships have ever tried to control me, like ever. Like
Yeah.
I can't even think of something. Yeah, obviously, I would never betray them. I'll never do all of those things. But this to me feels like it's very ego led for her to, and also for her to put this over you lot's relationship. I think that's something you have to raise a brow to as well. Like,
And yeah.
yeah, like I feel like it's not just you. She's putting something in your court. She's giving you an ultimatum, which means that it makes it seem like you're in control of the decision. But she's created a really unhealthy dynamic right now,
Yeah.
like where you have to obey her or
Be off
obey
your
her,
head.
but without really a good stance. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm guessing you're a sensible person because you listen to TDA. Yeah, I reckon you're not somebody who is like. I reckon you
She's
don't
got
even.
a mortgage. She's got all these things.
I
babes.
reckon that you don't even like. You don't even like the fact that this guy's already. You know, ideally, you want a fresh dude, innit? Fresh
Yeah,
out
you
the
want
box.
fresh
You don't
meat.
want someone that's been spoken
Yeah.
to your girl or anything like that. Yeah, but this world is small and good pics are
Few
slender. Do you know
and
what I
hard to
mean?
find.
So I find it really weird that she's kind of making this situation more detrimental to your relationship than it actually needs to be.
Yeah.
If she just let you chat to him, you might not even like him. You might find out whether she found out that meant they didn't go anywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also think sis has a lot of gifts on her plate. Mortgage, marriage, do you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and a friend that's even entertaining this ultimatum to a degree. I think do you, but also know that there's consequences. She's giving you an ultimatum, innit? So ultimately, whatever you do, there's going to be
Yeah.
consequences.
Can I even say, yeah, just going off the segment, sis, what would you do? What I would do is,
Yeah.
I think that to be in this position with my friend, I can't lie to you, the friendship will never be the same. So I think we can be cool. I don't mind missing your wedding. It's fine. It is what it is. But I will go ahead and date a guy. I think any friend of mine who is in a relationship that's strong enough to be planning a wedding and you're going to get married and you're upset about a guy who you briefly linked that 7 years ago, even if you linked him for like a year, I don't flipping care. It was 7 years ago and you're going to give me an ultimatum on our friendship and on your wedding. Keep the friendship, keep your wedding, all the best with everything you do. But personally, I will be done with the friendship because even if things don't work out with the guy, I don't feel like that's a friend I'll be comfortable around enough to talk to about that situation and be like, oh, he did this, or this is what happened, or even get advice from. I feel like she'd be trying to sabotage it or
She's
anything.
she's made this date so heavy now because now if it fails, it's like I made the wrong decision.
And she's going to be sitting there smirking, happy that it failed. So personally, sis, what I would do is I'll be done with the friendship. I can't lie to you. It doesn't. I hold my friends that my friends are very dear to me.
Family.
And if you do something to me that this is deep to me, this is a very deep thing to do to me. So I'll personally be done with. I can't continue a friendship like that. If you're able to and you've got the capacity to do that, that's great. But I don't think you should stop dating the guy on account of your friend doing ultimatums. I think that this dating thing's a joke. Love Island tells us so. We're going to tell you guys about it in a little bit. But I will date the guy. If it works out, it doesn't work out. If it works out, good. If it doesn't work out, cool. We move. And I'll be done with it.
Yeah, I also feel like girls have a bond naturally just because, anyone who is from a community, you're going to have a bond with that community. But I feel like for me, the key rule with girl code or whatever is do what you would want to be done to you, like essentially. And I feel like, and then also communicate. Like it's the dodgy secret shit that whatever. But I don't think it means that you now need to remove like a robot or you're indebted to somebody just because they have a vagina as well. Like, I don't think that that's healthy because that becomes a cult or bondage. It should be a choice. It should be something you enjoy. It should empower you. Yeah. And ultimately, for me personally, I don't think this is that deep. I think she made it deep. She made it very deep.
Your friend made it deep. Yeah.
Your friend made it very, very deep. And ultimately, if she's not comfortable with you dating with somebody, I feel like her expressing it is enough. The ultimatum, the kicking you out of the wedding. Because the kicking out of your wedding, do you know what's going to happen? People are going to ask, why is Susie not at your wedding? Now there's PR.
Now you at your wedding saying because she took her link from 7 years ago.
Yeah, but she's going to make it sound. She's not going to make it sound like that. She's not. She was like, because she's just not who I thought she was. Oh. Now
and everyone thinks that she stepped your husband down for your wedding.
So this friend she has the ingredients of something that's very disastrous.
Do you know
what I think you need to be very, very careful. She's entitled to feel. Everyone's entitled to freedom of feeling. Everyone's entitled to feel however they want to feel. But I think for her to put this discomfort, that this wasn't like the love of her life for 7 years. This was when she met 7 years ago. Man, Do you know what I mean? For her to put that over you lot's friendship, I think it shows that your friendship sits way below her ego.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're never going to win in that.
Can I ask a quick question, sorry?
Yeah, of course.
It may make it a bit more complicated, but still. What if they're friends for 25 years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the only thing that her friend's got a problem with?
That's
the
fine.
only thing.
Yeah. That makes still makes no difference to me. No.
Okay, cool.
25 years of friendship and this one
they're good
particular...
friends, and it's the only thing.
I can relate to that. And she asked me to not chat to this guy.
Yeah.
And I might entertain it a little bit more after 25 years. I can't lie. After 25 years, I might entertain it a little bit more because I would then just think there's something that's unsaid that's happening here. Like I wouldn't assume it's an ego thing. Then I would be like, what's happened? Like I would actually ask more questions.
Do you know what it is? I think
what happened, but I have this real like serious dislike for the idea of somebody controlling my behavior. Yeah. Like my mom, anyone. Like the idea of telling me what to do. It has a really bad reaction for me. So I would, I really get why you would still stay the same. But 25 years is most of my life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and if she's been good for those 25 years and she's now telling me that I really don't want you to go there, like I really, whatever, I would entertain that conversation.
I think for me, like I don't place the value of something for how long I've known a person.
Yeah.
So like with my friendships, like I've had friends who I've probably known for like 3 years and they've been there for me they hold the same value as a friend I've had for like 18 years, right? So the way I'm wired personally, I don't hold like value to like this number of years because you can be 25 years and you can still be the person who does the one thing that hurts me, that literally breaks me, right? Yeah. So I don't really hold that kind of stuff. But I do think for me, if it was 25 years and you said to me, don't talk to that guy, I need a reason why. You can't just tell me don't talk to that guy. I think what's spinning me, even if it's 25 years of friendship, is you giving me ultimatums. 25 years of friendship, I do one thing that you do not like, and now I'm uninvited from your wedding, something that we would have talked about as we were growing up and all that kind of stuff. And you're willing to take me out of significant big things in your life for a guy that I'm not even sure is going to work out with. No,
So, but wouldn't you then look like, by the way, I agree. Some of my tightest people are not the ones that have been there forever and ever and ever. So I do agree with that. I'm saying 25 years and it's been good,
exactly.
and they're in my heart, that kind of thing. But what wouldn't it make you think this friend is not usually crazy? So think of a friend, any friend you have, and she says this to you. Wouldn't it make you ask more questions though? Like,
but that's what I'm saying. I need questions.
You can't.
If you're going to tell me something like this, like don't do this. I'm very empathetic again. Like, I want to understand why is it like, what is it the one that
I would
break your
assume
heart
it
the
was a
most?
trigger
Like,
warning.
what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what's happened, right?
Mm.
But you can't say to me, don't date this guy. No explanation.
Yeah.
If you date him, our friendship is done. Our you're not coming to my wedding.
Yeah.
The same way you're willing to throw the 25 years. Same way you're not thinking of a 25 years friendship.
Yeah.
Why should I think of 25 years
Yeah.
friendship?
Cool.
Because you're the one who's now playing victim. Nah, you have to give me. For me, you have to give me an explanation. Give me
And
an
I
explanation why,
still
and then
get
we
a
can
choice
move forward.
if I fuck with the explanation. Like I still get a choice. But in my head, the only thing I can think of is a trigger warning type of thing. Like that is
Yeah.
the only way why I think you would dash away. all
And
of
even
us.
that, like, yeah.
That's the
And,
only thing I can
and
think of.
I think the only way I would accept it is if you're telling me not to be with him to protect me. Like, even if it's not against you, you know he's an abuser, for example. You know that he scams women financially or something. If it's to protect me,
but you
but
even
even
tell
then,
me that.
tell me,
Yeah,
like,
you
yeah.
just tell
25
me
years
that.
friendship or 2 months friendship,
If
tell
it's
me.
just
like,
if it's
talk.
just that she doesn't want you to go where she's been,
Then, sorry, I'm not going to lie to you. The world doesn't set up that way. There's not that many men around.
doesn't like.
Gotta do what I gotta do.
Yes, exactly.
Like I think it's wild for that to even be the reason. I don't think that could have been. The
No,
reason.
there are girls like that. Honestly, if they lips a guy, they don't want you to go and lips at. I'm fine with that. I'm good.
Cool.
I ain't thinking about you when I'm lipsing him.
Cool. Did you guys want to say something?
Oh,
You're
no.
good. You've been disciplined. All right, then.
No.
No problem.
No,
Don't worry. It's 10. You know, we're almost out. Don't worry, brother.
That's what Mark's going to say anything.
Where's your phone?
Where?
Hasn't made a noise today.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, bro.
The phone's trying to get out here too.
Yeah. Listen, I'm off today. All right, cool. Let's head into.
My mum's didn't go off either, actually.
If you want to send in any voice notes or messages for asking for a friend where Yusuf can have a say then, or sis, what would you do? Where me and Esther lead you guys to the light.
Thank you.
Then make sure you send it into.
You got to come to your conclusions a bit quicker than that, man. It's drawn out, innit?
No, it wasn't. If you're paying attention, you would have seen that we went on the thing. But again, it's this, what would you do?
It's your favorite segment.
Listen.
Love Island the day after, and I just want to say let's just call it Erikasu. Or Ekinsu.
Ekinsu for president. Ekinsu to win.
Yeah.
Give her the money already.
No, not the money.
Give her the money. Because
the
when I tell
money.
you, like,
Not the money.
her back must hurt.
She's
carrying the
the
entire
show.
season.
But she is
On her
an
back.
actress.
And do you know what?
100%.
Do you know I clocked it? I think she's auditioning.
Yeah.
She's on there to let employers know how great she's at acting because sis is sick. She's sick at it.
Can I say that he's like Dan?
Oh,
I
no.
was recording last night, so I missed Love
That's
Island.
fine. We'll fill you in.
And then when I got home, I passed out. So
We'll fill you in. And it's
That's
nice
fair.
because I feel like it's more exciting because whatever happens tonight is popping off tonight as well.
I was gonna go
So
down.
It's going down. So you're going to have yesterday and tonight to watch together.
Oh yeah, that's sensational.
It's 6.
He's not going to watch any. This guy. It's
Oh.
going money.
I feel like he will,
He
you know.
watch it.
I don't want to go out tonight, so if I get down there at a decent time, if I'm indoors, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I wasn't banking on you being in the
On a
You can catch
Friday.
it tomorrow morning.
Sunny on Friday. All right, boom. So I missed the first 6 minutes. So what I think there was a conversation between Luca and somebody about what's her name? Gemma.
Gemma.
But I don't know what really happened. Apparently somebody went to him to tell him that he needs to relax on
Yes.
Gemma.
It wasn't Tasha. Was it Amber? I think it might have been Amber. But basically, one of the girls basically went to him and said to him, "Yeah, so how do you think it was Paige?
Okay.
How do you think things are going with Gemma? Right, blah blah." And then he was like, "Oh, I think things are going well." But he was saying how the person that said to him said, "Okay, things are going well." You know, Luca does this thing where you ask him a question, yeah. Then he's like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not you," kind of thing. So they were like, "How do you think things are going?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, like I'm not her. Like how she talks to you guys more? How do you think things are going?" And they basically just said to him in a nutshell that she likes you, but one of the reasons why she liked you was because of the way you are and that like you don't really care about much, like you don't care about stuff much, like you're not. And she didn't know quite how to land it, but she's like basically you're a bit too clingy. In a nutshell, you're being a bit.
Who's this, sorry?
I think it was Paige saying to Luca.
Okay.
When Luca asked like how things are,
Yeah.
what they think, what Gemma's told the girls
Yeah.
about how things are going.
Yeah.
So basically said to him like, you're a bit too clingy. So like kind of take a step back because one of the reasons why she liked you was how like you didn't really care and like you did your own thing and like you showed interest and stuff like that. But now it's as if like you're a bit overbearing. And then that manifests in the conversation he had with Gemma. I feel like it was kind of a don't tell Gemma I had a conversation with you because I'm kind of bringing you on like girl secret. But then he couldn't help himself. He didn't tell her. He didn't tell Gemma he had a conversation. but he threw in a word of like, he's like, I'm not trying to be clingy or anything. But obviously, the only way he got that word was from the other conversation. But that's basically what they said. And he said he's going to take the advice, but he was just like, oh, like, it's like, I'm going to take the advice or whatever, but I just feel like if she feels away, she should let me know. I'm like, yeah, you're not really trying to be in this house because they're helping you and you're not trying to be in the house.
He's got a muggy attitude anyway. To what?
Did you see when he talked to Gemma?
What did he say to Gemma?
He said to Gemma, he said, I feel like the only reason why you're here talking to me now is because none of the other two guys like you.
No, that's not even how he said it. He said it more reactive than that.
What
So
did he say?
Gemma was like, what did Gemma say? Gemma said, I just kind of feel like you need, I kind of just feel like you need to like chill off or something like that.
yeah.
Then he said, what, is it because none of the guys are giving you attention or something like that?
Yes,
It was very
yeah.
pointed. It was very
Yeah.
directed. And she was like, no. Which, yeah,
It is.
it is. But what we're not going to do, is
Yeah.
ignore your own as well.
But I
sir.
think he's because
He's lost all composure, man.
All composure.
He's
He
lost
came in
all
like
of
he was like some Jack the Lad
Yeah.
kind of.
And that's when she liked him.
Yeah.
And then
Now
he's got
that
this
he's
little,
all-
and this young girl as
But it
well.
was
Turned
really
his
quick
mad.
as well. Like he got into her ass really quick.
Do you know what's
like,
mad, yeah? You know how we thought Gemma must be something. I can't lie to you guys because this is what happened with Liam. Liam met her the first day, 5 minutes. This guy was in love.
You
And
got-
now Luca as well.
You got to remember, yeah,
confidence.
these ain't really had a chance to show their true feelings, innit? They never got a chance to know who likes who. They never got to pick
Oh,
who
yes,
they
they
wanted.
got
No one
picked,
ever stepped
yeah.
forward on nothing. So he could have been on Gemma from the second he saw her. You get what I'm trying to say?
But then why did he have all this chat for Tasha? Why did he have to go round the way to find his house, his way back to Gemma? Like,
I feel like I'm trying to-
because he even though, like you said, he wasn't paired up with what's her name, Gemma.
Yeah.
He spoke to Paige. He spoke to
Yeah.
Tasha. What stopped his spirit from speaking to Gemma?
Why?
Why
Because
was Gemma the person?
Liam then. I think it needed to be clear that Gemma didn't like Liam.
It was clear to it was clear.
Yeah, but you know, back then though, he was giving Liam advice. He was still trying to help Liam with like,
Okay,
this is how you can
maybe.
talk to him, blah, blah. So
Maybe.
maybe then like the path wasn't exactly clear for him, I guess, because Liam was there. And because I feel like as soon as Liam left is when he really has been on her ass.
Do you know who else has a lot of cojones?
Who?
Or not cojones, because my man's muggy. Jay. Jay going to Andrew to tell Andrew about... So Jay went to Andrew and told Andrew about his relationship with Tasha and just saying, I don't think she's that emotionally invested in you. He didn't say it by himself, though. Dami agreed.
That was, I agree. I said,
Luca
relax.
agreed. Like, the girls are done with the girls. Like, they're tired of their mess. Like, the guys are like...
Oh, he spoke to him in front of all of them.
All of them.
Yeah, but you know what? Though? No.
Shit.
Let's give him a bit of grace because they were having a boy conversation and they were all like feeding back about the girls. And then Andrew kind of sat there like, oh, like I'm fine. But the thing is though,
He's not
Jay
fine.
was right because Tasha is spitting something different when she's not with Andrew. She's trying to act like it. Andrew knows that she's getting to know other people. But in reality, Andrew don't.
She's ready
She's only
to
saying that
go.
to the guys.
ready
From
to
that
go.
first dinner, it was like, what? He was like, so what's the situation with you? Are you taking? She's like, I'm seeing, I'm with
Andrew, yeah.
Andrew Ere, but I'm like, if you're gonna try and graft and get to know me, you can probably definitely turn my head. She said
Yeah.
something.
But
She
you know,
was speaking something like that. Like, she said,
That's just a bit open, man.
yeah, she's
But
basically
Jay's
said like,
for whatever.
definitely.
And
like,
that's why Jay told Andrew because she says that to the guys, yeah. Then she goes and says to Andrew,
Yeah.
it's only you, blah blah. And then she even had the cheek yesterday to say to Andrew that she's gonna have a conversation with Jay to let him know that her eyes are only on Andrew.
yeah, she's,
But when she went to Andrew to talk, she never said that.
Yeah. I don't
So I
think
get it.
I personally think if we really think about the story of Tasha,
Yeah.
she's not been picked by anyone she looked at
Yeah.
outside of Andrew. So
Andrew,
when she
yeah.
gave whoever it is, they never zoomed in on her ever.
Yeah.
So she flirts with these guys. She tells them that she's open to getting head turned and all of that. And then she never gets picked. So she has to stay with Andrew. So I think she's just kind of keeping that sweet. The fact that she didn't fuck Andrew in the hideaway, for me, shows because she looks like somebody, she acts like somebody who is...
she's ready to go.
When she's into you, you're in her. Like
Yeah,
she
she's in-
she
yeah.
kind of gives that energy.
You're in
So
her,
for her to
literally.
give him a manicure or like a hand job and not the full thing, sis is struggling.
Do you know what? Though? I
don't know why.
that they have. And let me not speculate on someone's pussy, but I just think the way they act here and like because even yesterday the girls basically asked her and they were like to her,
Did you?
so like
They heard clapping or something.
yes, Amber was like basically she heard clapping the cheeks in the night. So she was like. She didn't even say anything to Tasha. Tasha was like,
Tasha.
it wasn't me.
It's not me.
She's like,
I didn't do
it wasn't me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, like, have you guys? She's like, no. She's like, honestly, no, seriously, we haven't. Like, we really haven't.
I feel like she has.
I feel like she
think
has.
as well,
I feel like
to
she
be
has,
fair.
man.
I think she
But I think,
has.
but I will say though, because So then we're going to talk about Ekinsu, yeah? Should we
But
go
can
into
we talk-
Ekinsu?
Can we talk about Dami and Amber first, please? Because Dami...
They embarrassed my boy.
Dami is a fine Nigerian, but in fact, I warmed up to him small. Any of you still watching it? Like, are you guys still watching the show?
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you lot are just listening. I don't know.
No, I need this is because this is catch up for me. I didn't watch
There's
yesterday.
one particular part that I'm waiting.
You're waiting
You're waiting for.
but
Okay, cool. All right, so Amber and
These
Dami.
guys need to get flogged still.
Amber and Dami. Okay, so Amber.
No, I don't know if it's
What
the right bit. Go on, say.
Okay,
No,
say
I-
it. Spoiler alert.
I'll save it. No, I'll save it because I was
Say
thinking
it.
about. I was thinking about what I saw. No,
Oh.
no, talk.
Okay, so Amber and Dami. So Amber and Dami.
Yeah.
Amber hates Dami's guts. She hates
Period.
Nigeria.
She
She
doesn't like
hates
black men.
over 6 foot. She hates everything. Like anything that Dami represents, she must hate. Right? She doesn't actually hate Nigeria guys, by the way. But she is irritated by him. I think. Let's be real. Chemistry should kind of be there. This is gonna grow. Type of shit. Why?
You know, it's week 2 now.
It's actually
we've
week
ended
2.
week 2.
You don't like him.
If it's not there,
Cool. Every kiss has been forced. Every conversation has been forced. But what's happened now is that I think Dami has a bit more openness for her. They both don't like each other, but he doesn't want to be alone right now, innit?
yeah, he knows.
He knows.
Techie.
So anyway, rapper singer boy started talking to Amber, and they were lying on one of them big
Them
circle
beds,
chairs,
yeah.
whatever, right? Beds, right? That's what it's called, a bed. And Dami went and stood over them.
That's what I
Have you seen the meme?
Because I just remember that thing of him on his knees on the bed, and I said,
Yeah.
that is
And
yucky.
but listen, she didn't acknowledge him, and neither did
No, neither, they just kept
neither
talking.
just kept talking.
He just stood there like he looked like,
and he
yeah.
just stood there like,
Mum said you have to come and
Mum, I
give me
just throw up.
crackers.
Wait, one second, one
no,
second.
that's a part of my thing. That was cringe.
It was embarrassing.
One second, no, because I've only seen the still shot. So
No,
when he's there on his knees, they don't acknowledge
So
him.
They
basically,
don't.
yeah, Amber and what's his name?
Remy.
They're talking.
Yeah, Remy, yeah.
He walks
Or Reggie.
over and he just starts staring.
He just
with
stares.
bare intent. Then he gets on the bed on his knees and he's just there staring. Not
Then
once
he-
have they looked over to acknowledge that he's there.
No,
He's just
then
staring.
he lays down.
Then he lays down.
He's
on one of them
still
ones.
staring.
Still, they're still looking at each other, not looking at him. Then he goes, "Oh, Remy, can I speak to Amber for a second?" And then Remy gets up. But my thing is, I feel like he got boyed twice.
No, he did.
Remy,
He
back
did.
to back. First, he's talking to India.
really?
Yeah,
First-
remember?
Yeah, because
Remember?
I heard, I see a Kenner coming out, going
Yeah.
like, India.
Yeah, India, yes.
I never knew he knew her name, let alone say it.
Yeah.
He serenaded her.
First he's talking to India, and then
Yeah.
it kind of comes over. India takes India away from from Remy.
Yeah.
Then he goes to talk to Amber. Here comes Dami, takes him away. I'm like,
You say what with swiftness?
on 2 occasions,
You know,
back to
until-
back now.
it's- Do you know what it is?
The
It's
girl
like,
he's talking to has been taken away from him. Big
Yeah.
man, just stand your ground. No, I'm talking to her for now. You can come back later. Like,
yeah.
what's going on here, bro?
Yeah. Because it's like the guy's peep here. Took to my girl. Nope, I'm not gonna have it. And then literally
Yeah.
run there. And
I would love
they're
that
like,
energy.
can you go?
No, but I come back later, man. I'm talking, man.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'll do.
That's
Like,
cold.
I'm talking to
I
her.
don't
If
want
he
to
did
go to Love
that,
Island
if
just
he
so I
did
can say
that,
that.
if he did that, he would have won Love Island.
If he did that, yeah, the girls will have fanny flutters.
But instead,
He gets
Yeah,
up.
he gets up
like,
both
okay.
times.
He'll be like, okay.
but fair enough, that's a part. But the bigger part was Dami's girl. I know it's not his girl. Chatting to Remy and pretending that Dami did not exist.
No, but wait though. Did you see when Dami then said, "Can I talk to her?" Did you see what her face looked? She was like,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
literally- I said, "You hate
Yeah.
this man."
Did she say?
She said you're pushing me away.
Is that what she said to him?
That's what she said to him.
Can I say
wow.
something though? I think
What did he even
personally,
do? I still don't know what he did.
He did
These
nothing.
people need to read the
I
room
think.
because
I think.
on Twitter they love him. She's only there because of him, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
she is. I realize she is. I
Maybe,
feel like
yeah.
Dami's clocked her game. I think Dami has, because remember he's been making the moves here. I feel like he's kind of stepped back. So while she's saying you're pushing me back, I feel like he's been the one to kind of step back. I think he's clocking her game because sis was very excited when those new guys came in,
Mm.
and considering the week and a half they'd had, she was very excited. I feel like he's peeping her game that okay, I don't really have it the way I think
We
I do.
need to fly a plane over the villa and get a message to Dami.
It's
No,
a
because
shame we
if
don't
he
wear wigs, could've
knew
put in the
that the
wig.
public was rocking with him like this and the support he had on Twitter,
Yeah,
his
he'll be
energy
on
would
his
be
knees.
different in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vimmed off. He'll be a different man.
him and Ikenna, I feel like they've got black Twitter. Can't lie.
Yeah,
Do they like a Kenner? I swear they don't.
Yeah,
No,
they do. Because the
whoever's
person running his
controlling-
account.
Yeah.
The
It's
Oh
person
no,
running his account.
his account is
It's cold.
active.
Yeah. And they're
I
fine.
see
It's funny
some
as well.
of the retweets.
Yeah, the
Very
person
funny.
running his account is how we like Ikenna now. For that, they've made us really like Ikenna.
Okay.
But I think with that Dami and Amber thing, I feel like Amber, yeah, she's not feeling him, but she doesn't know how to tell him that, I'm not really feeling him. But I also think that he's clocked her game a little bit.
I don't know if he has, man, because he was moving weak.
But you know what? I think it's because, because the recoupling is coming up again. We're going to
Yeah.
see the preview of it, and then probably Sunday we'll know who stays and who goes, right?
Yeah.
I feel like with the optics, yeah, he has to still play nice until another game. Because remember, all now, yeah, the only girls that come in is Afia and Ekinsu. Because even we need like more variety of girls to come in. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no girls really come in.
One's gonna come in tonight.
Do you reckon?
I think so. We need it. Actually, no, they have to do a voting thing, innit?
But I reckon the voting, I think we'll get a preview for the voting for Saturday. For Sunday,
Yeah.
sorry. Or we might say last 2 people or something like that.
So
But I think he needs, Dami basically needs someone new that he can like. Not that he can like him. I think girls like him, but that he can like. And then he will then separate. But for now, he can't separate because the couple will be out. But I think Davide's out, by the way.
Oh yeah, David
Do
is.
we all-
David
yeah, he's
is
gone.
Do we know that?
He's toast.
Yeah,
You
he's
know
done.
what? It's not even about how
He's
good
toast.
looking you are. It's about how you carry yourself.
There's no one
He-
in the
I
house
think-
for him.
And
What do you
know
say?
what it
You're
is,
an actor. Get the fuck out or something.
that was cold, though.
Don't you kill me?
That was
preview
cold.
for today.
It's when
Oh, is that the
Ekinsu was
preview?
like-
Is that-
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump
Okay.
into Ekinsu now.
Please, we have
Let's
to
go. Let's
because
go.
that is the
Ekinsu.
main
Let's go.
cake.
Let's go.
She's the cherry in the cake.
Let's go.
Ekinsu is out here crawling for dick. Okay, I'm joking. She's not.
She might be.
basically crawling. So basically, what it was. Okay, yesterday actually. Let me take something back. Yesterday I said how I didn't rate Jay because I'm like, why are you calling for girl? I take it back. I kind of like it. I feel like it's nice that he's sensitive.
He's sumo squatted. You
Technically,
didn't
yeah.
even
I
crawl.
was gonna say he didn't crawl. Technically,
I was
Yeah.
going to ask what the exercise was, yeah, but I thought not right now. But I was like, he's sumo squatted. He definitely.
And you know what? I get it. I appreciate it. Because
No, I
basically, what it
don't.
is, yeah, I don't know what. Because again, we only see an hour, right? I'm reading to you each character. We only see like 15 minutes of each one. Yeah. I don't know what Davide is saying to Ekinsu behind closed doors,
I hate
but
you.
that girl is scared of him. Because I don't understand how you're a grown ass woman and you're having to literally sneak about. But I think also as
She
well,
likes
though,
it.
I think in the house she's slut shamed. And that's why I like that she didn't.
Is.
I like basically she kissed. No, we saw this. So you saw she kissed Jay yesterday.
It wasn't just that. It was the food as well. It was the strawberries and the spaghetti.
Yeah, so strawberry spaghetti, the mouth thing they did. So basically they went up to the terrace, whatever. She basically said, I want to have a conversation with. She had a conversation with him in plain sight. While she's having a conversation with him, Davide is talking to the guys about he doesn't understand what she's doing. She's playing games and blah blah. Like basically kind of saying her a little bit. Like he's annoyed at the fact that she's talking to Jay, right? Whilst at the same time saying he doesn't really care. Cool, whatever. So then she can feel him staring and she's like, oh, like, is he looking? And Jay's like, oh, like, I don't care kind of thing. But she feels uncomfortable because everyone's looking at her like you're out here talking to another man when you're really grafting extra hard for this man, right? Cool, whatever. So then she says to Jay, I'm going to go upstairs to terrace, come up in like 4 to 3 minutes and come and meet me there. I want to have a private, I want us to just talk away from everyone staring at us, basically. And then they went up to the terrace or whatever. And she's basically talking, she's like, basically, I feel very uncomfortable downstairs. I feel like everyone's staring. And it's just quite uncomfortable. And I know Davide is just there, like, just staring me down while we're talking, blah, blah. And I just want to get to know you more, like, just away from everyone else. And then he kissed her. It was sweet. Cool, whatever. And then they're both, like, blushing and giggling. I think they really like each other. They were giggling, whatever.
She's in love.
She is. And then she did say that.
She did
Because basically in
say.
the confession, she said how she's been in love before. And the way she feels when she first meets a guy,
That she ends up loving.
that she ends up loving. That's how she feels with Jay, but she never felt that with Davide. Cool. So when she kisses him now, the next day she doesn't tell any of the girls. She didn't say nothing to anybody.
But do you know what she said to
and I
Davide?
like that.
She said, "Where's my breakfast? How you lips another man the night before and
yeah.
ask for breakfast in
No,
the
but it gets
morning?
worse though.
City girls up.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Like City Girls have smashed the roof. Because basically the next day they do it again. They go to terrace, they lips.
But this time people clock.
But this time,
Yeah.
everyone clocks they're missing.
Yeah.
Davide's like, I mean, the first time he clocked he was missing anyway.
Yeah.
But this time,
He's like,
everybody knows
Yeah.
that they're gone,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, where's Ekinsu?
And why is he always asking
Some
about
of
where's
that-
Ekinsu?
it's like-
All the
it's
time.
It's given
Every
Mr.
day.
Watson.
And
Where's
I'm not saying that
Ekinsu? Where's
she's scared of him
Ekinsu?
because it's like
He's a
it's like
stalker.
she's changed.
But you know what?
something.
Like 2 episodes ago, he literally said, "I don't like this girl." He literally said,
and
"I don't
now
like this girl."
he's swearing at her.
So why are you so pissed off, bro? Like,
So he's like, where's
it's
Ekinsu?
the principle.
Paige is like, oh, I think they're up on the terrace. Luke is like, yeah, they're up on the terrace. But the thing is, because they're crouched down here, you can't see them. So everyone's like, no, for real, like, where are these people kind of thing?
Yeah.
So anyways, they're up there, lips in again, whatever. Then she's like, I'm going to go down. You wait like a minute before you come back down, right? She comes down, yeah, but you know, like, she comes down, she's straightening her top. I said, girl, you should have done all of that inside. So she comes out now. She's looking all guilty, adjusting her dress. And then they're like to her, where's Jay? This is her.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know where he is.
Terrible acting.
And then they were like, where were you? And she's like, I was at the front door.
door.
I was at the front door. What are you doing at the front door?
At
What
the
is
front
at the front door
door.
you're doing? Cool. He comes down 30 seconds after her.
Yeah.
He didn't even wait 5 minutes.
Looking dishevelled.
He comes down as well, but he comes down here with a smirk on his face.
He can't even hide it. The man don't see it.
The man didn't see. So he goes straight to Remy, which is obviously his boy. He tells Remy, by the way, he kissed her, but he didn't tell anyone else. They're keeping it a secret. And then Dammy's there, and Dammy's like, kissed her. I can see a makeup on your nose.
And Dammy's being serious. Like Dammy's actually looking like Dammy's like looking at
Dammy's
his
looking with
eyes. Like,
disappointment.
yeah, that was.
He's like, it's a bit snaky what
yeah,
you're doing, kind of thing.
yeah.
He didn't quite say it, but he was like,
The boy code,
you kissed
like,
her, like,
yeah.
I can see a makeup on your nose. Like, stop it. Like,
But this is
I can see it.
But this is why I think that he's played himself a little bit with this.
Well, Jay.
Yeah, with this stuff.
Yeah.
He could have waited. Now he's not, because he comes into the house like he's
Yeah.
army sergeant leader, good guy type of thing. Like a lot of righteousness was.
Can I say
It
that?
still makes him
Sorry.
safe though, because when there's a recoupling, either one of them.
I know,
will
but in
pick
terms
them.
of his
definitely.
brand though, he's
Yeah,
gone
in
from
terms of that,
this.
he came in like this
He was-
righteous man.
Yeah,
Gone on a bit.
and now you're sumo squatting on the terrace.
Can I say though, you know when you said she asked for breakfast?
Mhm.
You know when she came down here from the terrace after lips in the nighttime and she said she was at the door, she goes straight into the kitchen. Everyone's like, where's Jay? She's like, I don't know, whatever. She goes, yeah, I'm hungry. Davide, make me some foods.
Cheeky.
And he was just like,
Mm.
okay, girl. No.
Here's the thing. After that, this is when I knew she was acting and that she's a plant in the house, yeah. Is when she decided to go and open up about her feelings and the fact that she kissed Jay
Oh, yeah.
to Gemma and Tasha. The two people that would definitely tell their man and the whole house.
It's pillow
like,
talk and it's going to be gossip tomorrow.
Gemma tells Luca, everybody in Madrid knows. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Madrid.
whoever the fuck they are. So in my head, yeah. Anyway, so she now tells them, yeah, no, I kissed him. I'm feeling for him, blah, blah, blah. Gemma was like, I'm not going to lie. The man them are going to look at you funny. And they do look at her funny. She talks to everybody.
But the
She's-
girls look at funny too. That's why she didn't tell
everybody
anyone. They
looks
slut
at
shame
funny,
her.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's
And
mad.
when you think about it, Afra's left. That's the only person that would have had
That had her
some
back.
kind of loyalty to her. So anyway, all we see popping off now tomorrow, this is the episode to watch, guys. If you haven't, this is the episode that you have to watch because she gaslit him so hard.
Heavy. I was proud.
Gaslit who?
Davide.
Davide.
I think you'd be proud.
Who's
I think you're proud of
Ekin-Su?
So, but she basically, he
Yeah.
said to her, yeah. Actually, were you going to say it?
Yeah, like,
Go on.
So he was. I thought she was gonna open up and be like, by the way, like my feelings with somebody
That was
else.
because Gemma told her to.
Yeah, that's what Gemma told
Gemma
us
said
to
this
do.
is the right time.
Instead, he was like, so where were you? I know you were with him. I know you. She was like, why do you care who I'm with? Like, you don't even care about me. You don't make me feel stuff. Why do I not feel seen? Why do I not feel cared about? I'm saying,
Nah,
what
she
telenovela?
flipped it.
She flipped it. I said, sis, she just sinned a couple minutes ago. Full shame, small shame. She said, no. He's like, and then because she has a better command of the English language, I feel like she can kind of run over
Yeah,
him a
she
little
can.
bit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's just kind of like catching up in his own way. And so
That's a
it
bit
was
sad.
that's what made me feel a bit bad for him, innit? At this
Yeah.
point, he doesn't know that lip sync has already happened, innit? He's still just on it's disrespectful. Like, you keep disappearing with my man, it's disrespectful. Oh, he must know deep inside. But yeah, so
So, do you know? Because you know what's killing me is when she said, yeah, why is everyone wondering where the fuck I am? And he was like, I ain't worried where the fuck you are.
That's too bad, bro.
He's something very funny. He was
No, but he's done now. He's done.
she's crying, guys.
Should I try that, guys? Carry on.
We can't. This is too much. This is way more interesting. Are you good? Yeah.
He was like, I ain't worried where the fuck you are.
And with that, guys, the episode then shows us clips where he says, he says, get the fuck out or something like. What he says, get fuck. What did he say? Because I actually
He said,
tweeted
you're an
it.
actress, you're a liar, get the fuck out.
Yeah, he said, get the fuck out. And then that's when I think she deeped that I've actually started a fight that I can't actually, because she's in the wrong. Because no matter how this
Yeah.
plays, she's in the wrong.
Now she's turned it around for me. Now I'm starting to like her.
And
now.
she has to, I can't lie, she has to stick with it. Because
How?
she's proper like, sorry, she's proper fighting, yeah, so hard. She actually has to stick
Esther's
with it.
gone.
They're saying she's already gone into she joined the Hall of Fame Love Islanders.
No,
already.
Yeah.
she's beat Mora.
Yeah.
She's beat Mora.
Serious.
Beat
She
Mora.
has. She has.
She can't have beat Mora, not
She
yet.
has.
Mora was on small.
Mora,
She ain't done nothing to beat Mora
That she
yet.
overheard the guy say something and disciplined him, drugged him
That was embarrassing.
by his singlet. No, Mora's still
embarrassing.
elite. But
Mora
yeah.
stepped in
But she-
smoky as well.
And I think
She
I can
did.
see, yeah, because I just think she's a legend, man. Like she's really an actor. Like I need to see her on the big screens after this. She's really in her bag.
But is she a good actress? Because we can tell she's acted.
No, we can tell she's acting because everyone else is boring.
Okay.
Do you get me?
I
So
don't think
everything
that's how
she
acting
does.
works, I don't think that's how it works.
Because everything she does seems like exaggerated
Yeah,
a bit
exaggerated.
much.
Okay.
But I feel like she has to down this line here on this hill because you really gaslit the heck out of that man.
You
He's
can't
right in
die
what
in
he's
it.
saying.
She told Gemma he's gonna find out in the next episode, and that's what we need to watch.
But that's gonna be mad.
Yeah, so Monday, the Love Island section is gonna be longer than the headlines. but I'm
Oh
telling you
my
for free.
gosh.
Let's jump into the final headlines, and we're talking about sports.
Everybody get in their bag.
Okay. So like we said, we was going to give you an update on the NBA Finals, Game 6. And basically what happened was the Golden State Warriors beat the Boston Celtics.
Oh, we were
Oh, we were right. We won.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I saw
Big up
from
the
the way
goats.
that the point guard was doing his thing.
It was pointing.
Do you know? Do you know what I mean?
Big up the Golden Warriors.
That's what I'm saying. Go gold.
Yes. So Steph Curry produced another outstanding performance as his team went on to beat Boston Celtics to become the champions in Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Curry bounced back from a disappointing Game 5 display, an outlier in a magnificent series for the Warriors superstar to lead his team to a 103-90 victory at the TD Garden in Boston, sealing a 4th title in 8 years for the franchise.
That's a dynasty. That's a dynasty, boy.
Yes, exactly. Comes just 2 seasons after the Warriors had the league's worst record. This triumph completed the journey like no other after a run of 5 consecutive finals, then a plummet to the bottom of the NBA and now a return to greatness. Like Mark said, this is a legitimate dynasty, 6 title appearances in 8 seasons and 4 trophies. And this is pretty much one of the greatest runs in the NBA history.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
still-
That
Sick.
was serious. And even the fall off was only because of injuries, remember?
Yeah, it's true. actually.
Steph and Clay got injured and Draymond was by himself. So that's why they had the worst record in the league. It was horrible. But yeah, that bounce back was cold. I fell asleep again, told you that. So I missed the game. I'm upset because I probably wanted to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I watched the highlights. But Warriors were on top from the beginning. At one point in the third quarter, they were up by 22 points. It was 72-50. It was a smokage. I don't think Celtics were ever leading the game.
Well, it makes sense. Warriors are just a better team, innit? It's like
Yeah.
when we was picking and when you went Golden State, I was saying, obviously, I wouldn't mind. I can't remember if I went Celtics. I probably said I wouldn't mind Celtics winning. I want Celtics to win.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Golden State
Yeah.
are. Because they're just a better team, innit?
Yeah, they're a better team. I think
The
what
Celtics.
No, Golden
No.
State.
Golden
So why
State.
were you lot supporting the Celtics then?
They're...
Equal opportunity.
because I like the Celtics. I don't like Warriors.
I don't dislike them. I like the Celtics. They're up and coming team. They got a young up and coming superstar in them, and it would
So
have been
you're
would have been a good
supporting
story. Would have been a
underdogs.
nice story. You get me?
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. Because even though it was a good matchup and it was 50-50, I think you'd expect Warriors to win it, kind of. So it would have been a nice story if the underdogs and that done it. It would have been cool, something different. But even in this, it's still a good story. Obviously, you don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it for people. Don't really rate my reason for not liking it. Basically, I'm a LeBron James fan. Yeah, maybe even a tiny bit of a stan, right? So
They're your stand.
the more Steph Curry and the Warriors ascend, it kind of it hinders LeBron James' legacy, right? So now LeBron and Steph both have 4 rings, but this is the LeBron James era. He needs to be the numero uno in it. So I didn't want Warriors to win because I didn't want Steph to get 4 rings. That's the only reason
Okay.
why.
That's a good reason, I think.
Only reason why. But I'm happy that Andrew Wiggins got a ring though, because Andrew Wiggins is my guy. So shout out to Andrew Wiggins. But I wasn't happy because I don't want Steph to catch LeBron. And now,
That's a really good
he's caught
reason.
LeBron.
And
Pissed.
Probably pass him as well.
No, I tweeted this. I put on my Insta. Steph legit might finish with more rings than LeBron now.
Yeah, he might
Because he's younger. He's got a better team. LeBron's in the Higgy Lakers, who for me are not winning next year.
Mm-hmm.
If the Warriors have a good off season, who knows?
So does
You
it
know, that
change?
taints
Even
his
does it change the whole? What has it changed the conversation on how you feel about Steph and the whole top 10 all time?
No, I rate Steph. Steph is a great player. He's the greatest shooter of all time. I rate him. My hate for Steph only stems from my love for LeBron. That's it.
if he won 5 rings and LeBron stayed on 4,
Yeah.
is the argument that he's better than LeBron?
No, he's not better because there's players with more rings than both of them who are not better players than them. Like LeBron James is a better basketball player than Steph Curry. It's a fact. Steph Curry is a way better shooter than LeBron. He's a better shooter than everyone. But Steph Curry is not a better player than LeBron.
Yeah, but I know you go to like career as a whole and
Yeah.
totality and all these
Yeah.
things and records they got, and obviously LeBron's LeBron, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if
but then
Because who's got more rings than LeBron at the moment? Just
what active players?
not active. Just forget all
Alright.
Bill Russell and all that.
Well, to be fair, so when LeBron came in the ring in the league, he's chasing MJ. Innit? MJ has 6.
Yeah,
Kobe has 5. Duncan has 5.
Duncan has 5 definitely.
Wade's 3. So that's his group.
So
Innit?
that's what it is. Kobe, Duncan.
LeBron, and
So if he
the thing is, I can.
if he gets 5 rings,
yeah,
and LeBron doesn't,
yeah.
is there even an argument? Or he's saying no?
Of course, there is no argument. Even if he gets 7 rings,
Is there no argument between him and Kobe?
between who? Between
LeBron and Kobe.
Yeah, most people put LeBron over Kobe in terms of not, a lot of people. Yeah.
Wow.
Like in the GOAT discussion, it's
Yeah.
normally LeBron and MJ 1 and 2. Kobe is always, in most people's opinion, 3. Some people put Kobe above LeBron, but most people put Kobe 3rd.
I think basketballers and sportsmen will put Kobe higher than like other people.
Mm.
When other people put him. But the thing with LeBron is the numbers and that is too like he's done it, innit? He's lived it since he's been a kid. He's done it, so
Yeah.
it's hard to argue. He's got.
Yeah.
He's going to finish probably points leader and all that. And,
Yeah, he'll
you get
finish
me?
points leader. My gripe with LeBron is he's had his chances to win, innit? So I can't really knock Steph. LeBron has been to 10 finals, innit? He lost 6 of them. So he's had the chances to win.
Oh, it's a bit tough.
By now, LeBron should be clear of Steph. I believe LeBron should have 6 rings by now. The certain championships he shouldn't have lost. The first year in Miami, shouldn't have lost that. And then a couple. There's probably one other I can think of 2. But even if Steph finishes with 5 rings and LeBron finishes with 4 rings, LeBron's still got more MVPs than him, more finals than he's got more stats. He's got more awards. Steph will only have more chips. But everything else, LeBron wins.
First unanimous MVP in ever. That's Steph.
Okay, cool. That's 2 things.
Mm.
Greatest shooter of all
things.
time, cool, but that's greater than everyone.
Yeah, no, I hear you though.
Yeah.
It's thing. It does mess up their legacies though. KD, all of them stuff. Not necessarily mess them up. It just elevates Steph Curry even more. I think they try and hate on Steph still. They try to play down his thing all the time.
They do. I
Like
think,
move like he's just a shooter, and they try like they don't
yeah.
put him on the level that he's supposed to be on. He's LeBron levels and that. Like he's just a different size, different kind of
Yeah.
athleticism, different
Yeah.
position. Right?
Yeah.
But the fact like he's a GOAT still.
No, Steph is a GOAT. You can't be the greatest shooter of all time with 4 rings and not be a GOAT. Steph is, to me, top 10 NBA players of all time.
What does it mean to be unanimous MVP?
So everyone
Everybody
votes
voted
for you. Everyone.
That's the
Yeah.
first time that's ever happened. I think
Who got it?
Steph Curry. That was
16,
2016,
I think. Yeah.
maybe.
That's
Sorry,
lovely.
check. But yeah, he's the first unanimous
Why getting
MVP.
your flowers?
Yeah.
Everybody voted for.
Who's
it.
everybody that votes? Is it team players?
No, they stopped the players voting. It's media,
Owners, GMs.
coaches. I think it's coaches, owners, GMs,
Yeah.
certain people in the media.
Yeah.
And they got
Players don't
unanimous.
get
Even on other teams.
players don't get the votes no more. But yeah.
But like GMs.
Yeah.
That's
Sick.
amazing.
I think they will do stuff like even when the players got it, even like with the All-Star votes. I'm not sure if you can vote. I don't want to say this because I'm not sure. But
What's
you
that?
can vote for, like say like a GM or something's going. I don't know if they can vote for their own team, mate. Person that's on their own team.
Yeah, okay.
Or can they?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, whatever. But yeah, everybody voted for
That's amazing.
it. Like, bar none.
Yeah.
But it was
You know what
unquestionable.
amazing
That's it's ridiculous. He was doing stuff like he was just doing stuff that you ain't seen before, like as far as shooting goes.
How
And
old is
obviously- He must be about 32 now. Or something.
How
I don't
long
know,
do
I
you
have to Google
think
him.
the average
But-
player play for? How long does the average player play for?
I don't know, what year is LeBron in? 18, 19 or something?
LeBron is 37 and he's probably got about...
He went in at 18 or 17 or something. He went in straight away. So, yeah.
Okay, so then LeBron's been playing longer than Steph, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, so I get what you mean. Like he's had
Yeah.
more time to get more
So
rings in. Yeah.
LeBron's had enough chances. Steph's still going to be playing.
LeBron is 37.
Yeah.
He's a big man.
Steph Curry is 34.
Yeah, so Steph's got more years
I was like, oh,
left in him than LeBron does.
I thought it
So
was older.
therefore, more opportunities to win more
Like, they
rings.
kind of act like LeBron is like 1 or 2 years out from being out of the game kind of
I
thing.
can't lie. I thought it was 54.
What could he play to? If
You thought it was 54?
I think
You
LeBron...
thought LeBron James was 54?
That's a hard 37.
Oh, you mean by the way he looks, you mean?
Yeah. I swear I thought, okay, at least like 40s.
She said a hard 37.
That is funny.
What?
He can
what-
probably play
Has he
to
got
his
height?
forwards, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, you have to change his game.
Yeah.
More so than he has changed it already. And maybe play point guard, which he already does.
He could play
So
to old though. What if Vince Carter was playing? When Vince
Vince-
was playing last year? innit?
Vince played until 40-something, but Vince was coming off the bench, innit?
Yeah, but obviously
But
the role's gonna change.
But I don't think LeBron's going to come off the bench. I think LeBron's going to play in... Once he becomes a bench player, I think he's done.
No, he's gonna wait because he wants to play with his son, so he'll wait. It's
I
probably
think
take
his
2,
son.
3
I think
years.
his son's 2 years out from coming in the league.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he'll
sweet.
just take whatever.
Oh
he
my
can.
gosh, that is so
Yeah.
hard on his bones. 2
Yeah,
years.
Big
playing.
up Warriors, man.
And he
Yeah.
can't drop off, can he? He can't like in those 2 years where he's waiting for his son become bad. Like that will be terrible for his legacy.
He can. He could. He really could.
If
Yeah.
his son beats him, is that terrible for his legacy?
You know?
If his son beats him in a game or something, I don't know.
No, I don't think it'd be terrible.
Nah, he wants to play with his son.
Oh, so his son
On
comes to the
on
same Lakers.
He wants to play.
It's
with
not
the same team.
guaranteed yet. He's a good.
Oh.
He's like a mid-level prospect at best at the minute, but obviously he's still young. He's got a lot of improving to do. So
That's
there's
so
not
much
even
pressure.
guaranteed whether he's going to be a lottery pick or where he's going to come.
Mm.
But his dad's LeBron, and he's got good training, good thing around him. So he's got a good opportunity as anybody else. So they expect it to kind of happen. And then obviously it's just for LeBron to just move himself onto whatever team he reckons his son's going to go to,
Okay.
and then just play with him for one season. And
That
just
makes his
retire.
son more attractive anyway than as a sport team, I guess, if they care about getting LeBron. And
That's really just what he wants to do. He just wants to play with his son.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's cute. All right, well, let's head into Done Out Ere so we can hear more of your cute takes, Marks.
So on Done Out Here this week, I don't know this woman's name. You know, I like to call people out in their name.
Call him out their name.
I like to call people out their name. I don't know this woman's name, but Joey Swole made me aware of her. Also, quickly as well, Joey, you're in bare people's business in the gym and that.
How you praise someone and put them down so quickly?
I'm just saying. Sometimes
You
stay
don't know where
out
it's
of
gonna
it.
go.
I know you got your platform and it's growing out, but not every day we want your opinion on things. But
I've got her
this
name
time
for you if you
round-
want.
What's her name?
Adriana.
Adriana.
Yeah.
Adriana, man. This gal was using the gym, yeah. And obviously, like, everybody. I don't understand why everybody's got videos out in the gym. I mean, their phones out. Like, if
It's
you're not
annoying,
a PT
man.
or doing it for content, I don't understand. I've got people who train every day, and every day I see you doing your reps. No one needs to see this shit. Like, if you're focused, yeah,
Mhm.
in the gym working out, what the hell is your phone doing here anyway? We need
That's
to
the
see the
word.
results.
A lot of people are fitness influencers, though, innit?
No, but
I can't lie to do in your garden, man.
yeah,
Because you know what it is? I'm always dodging cameras because people are filming. I don't want you to catch me in the background.
honestly,
Dusty.
honestly, if it's not your job, allow it. And then if it's not like your real job, you know, like there's bare PTs as well.
It's not a
Like,
self-acclaimed
yeah.
job.
Yeah, no, if it's not your job, allow it. And if it's not your real job, extra allow it.
I don't like
get
how you
me?
talk to people. I don't like how you talk to
I said,
people.
because anyone calls anything a job these days.
Yeah, like, I'm being serious. But anyway, this woman's in the gym, going about her business. She set up her camera. She's filming. She's taking her arms off, getting ready to work out. There's 2 brothers in the background. Look like they're having a conversation or whatever. One of them maybe glances over, possibly because it's even confusing in the video whether he's even staring or not. But he possibly glances in a direction, and then she gets all high and mighty, talking about, "Do you need anything? Do you need anything? Have you got a problem? You all right over there?" And he's like, "What? Who you talking to?" You get me? He's saying, "Are you all right?" She's like, "Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom," chatting shit. And he's like, "Listen, if you're gonna carry on being rude, I'll just kick you out of it." You know what I'm trying to say? That because obviously I work. He's like, "I work here." She's like, "Oh, what's that mean?" He's like, "Yeah, if you're being rude, I could just call the police, so you're trespassing and get you out." She's like, "Oh yeah, go ahead."
That's so
I'm
oops.
not sure if he even done it or not. I'm not sure.
No, he
Follow
did.
through.
did,
He did. She got kicked out.
Oh, she got kicked out. Yeah,
And her membership is banned.
good idiot gal.
Her membership was banned as well.
Yeah, her membership is revoked.
No, because you see what it is, yeah? Obviously, yeah, it's weird because there are people that are creeps in the gym.
Yeah.
I could only imagine how it feels to have people staring at you while you're trying to work out.
Mhm.
You know what I'm trying to say? I've had a lot of glances in the gym.
What?
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Carry on, please.
I'm
You
just,
heard it. Whatever you think it is, it is. It's that.
Okay, continue.
I'm just saying. So I understand. You know what I'm trying to say? But you can't just shoot from anywhere you want. You can't just shoot from there and miss. You got to get it right. You know what I'm trying to say? You're playing with people's livelihood. So then you want to put it online and call man out as perverts and all of these things. And when you're wrong. And then you know what people are like in cancel culture? People are going to pick this up, not even do their due diligence and find out what's going on, find out a man's name, Facebook, find out where he works. Oh, are you seeing this? Get him fired. My man's a father of 2 in that. 2 little beautiful baby girls. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're trying to mess up people's livelihood. I just don't like
He just gets
this.
random information about the guy has a dog. He has a lovely puppy. Like,
Wait, so they're 2 little baby
you know
girls.
what I mean? They could be 15. They could be 24. We don't know how they are, but it's fine. Continue, sir.
2 beautiful baby girls. You're trying to mess up a man's well-being and his livelihood. Yeah, and I just don't like it. So what's her name? Ariana?
Yeah.
Adriana, wherever you are, you're done at Air, man. Go find a new gym. But just focus, man. Just think, like, concentrate. You know what I'm trying to say? That because everybody's just looking for that viral moment, that and you're not even thinking about people's livelihood and well-being because that could have mashed him up.
Yeah, it could have.
That could have popped down his whole thing.
Yeah.
All for what? For a couple of likes or views on TikTok and all that.
Yeah.
Grow up, man. And she deleted the video, but the damage is already done.
Yeah. People are cooking her though.
Good.
She's been done out here 5 times. 10 maybe.
Well, Adriana Farias. Oh, that's what it says on your TikTok, isn't it? You're done at here. She got 267,000 likes on that video.
I think I meant followers.
No. Just to show you just the damage that she's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? People need to be aware. With great power comes great responsibility. You just said that.
Spider-Man said it first. Someone said it. No, it was his dad. It was his uncle.
I'm done with
Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben. Yo, do you remember when Lippy said, yeah, Spider-Man's the shittest? Okay, I'm paraphrasing. He said, Spider-Man's the shittest superhero because my uncle's still... He said, my uncle's still alive and fine. You're a big Spider-Man and you haven't been able to find the person that killed your uncle. I swear, Lippy's hilarious. But yeah, so right, done at it.
Well, actually, can I ask a question about that? Because obviously certain guys, need to know in the gym and that. Is there proper etiquette to approach you like in the gym?
Don't.
Okay.
That's etiquette. Don't
outdated.
approach, yeah.
I would say that's it.
I think-
I don't really go to that.
Because I even saw a video the other day and she was doing like, what is when you bend over the thing that you're doing back row? Yeah, that's it. And the guy comes to spot her. She was like, first of all, I didn't even know you could spot that. She's like, I'm all right. Like, I didn't ask for her. And she was on her 4th one. She's doing 5, yeah. He's on the 4th one. He's like under there. He's doing this.
You know how mad that is? Because that position, you're fully bent over.
Bro, like,
That's
go
mad.
away. So I think, honestly, I would just say don't.
And
Yeah,
there's no
really
way
just
to
spot
spot that anyway. If you're going to spot it, you might put it from the front. To be fair.
That's what pissed her off. No, he was in front of her.
I was in front
But he
of
was
her.
holding, but the thing, she was fine. Like, she wasn't struggling. Like, she was fine. And he's just under there, quickly, literally ran under there. And she was just like, I'm fine. Like, do you get me? So I think honestly, don't approach a woman
Read the
unless she
room.
looks at you and no, unless she approaches you. That's it.
the only. Listen,
Don't
there is
approach a
no.
woman.
I've seen some bleng things in the gym.
Bleng?
Good leng,
Oh,
like
no.
yeah, good meat, buff Johns, and there's
Why
no
does he sound like he's
scenario.
talking about butcher's meat?
You know what I'm saying? There's no
Like
scenario
a leg of
where
beef.
there's no scenario where we strike up conversation.
No.
Like, what are you doing? What am I doing? What are you doing?
you know
there?
what's
There's
creepy?
Like, what? You have to leave them alone.
Do you know what some guys do? Some guys, yeah, they will see a woman in the gym, and I know this firsthand, right? See a woman in the gym, and they won't say anything to her in the gym. Then they'll be waiting outside, even if it's an hour. I know a guy was waiting for like 2 hours outside. Yeah, then you come out, and then they're like, "Oh, I saw you in the gym earlier." Yeah, don't you think that's creepier for you to have been? You finished your session, you've left the premises, you've gone to stand outside, and you're waiting for me for 2 hours, just lingering. And then I come out and then your greeting to me is that you saw me in there, but you've been waiting to talk to me. Don't talk to women in the gym.
You know what? I've seen there's the only thing you can do is like the what's the word I'm looking for? The organic approach. I've seen a man do the organic thing.
Shouldn't it be organic anyway?
No, but like not like aggressive, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So
yeah.
my brethren uses the gym. A lot of the time he goes in there, you see the same people, you start getting friendly, you see them all the time. Starts with highs and buys, and just that's what I say, just for familiarity.
Yeah.
And then one day by the water, you might, after you said hi 1,000 times to each other, you feel cool. You might get into a little conversation,
Yeah.
and then start speaking from there and take it from there. But that could take all.
Do you know
That could
what?
take
Oh, so
I'll be
longer
honest
process.
with
Yeah,
you.
don't know
But
how much
sometimes-
membership they got. I don't know how many months.
No, but sometimes it doesn't take that long, depending on how like if you go to the gym, you see familiar faces, especially if you go at a certain time.
Yeah.
And it's just like you just smile at each other like, hi, you're right. And then before you know it, naturally,
That's your friend.
Yeah.
yeah, like you guys are cool.
Gym
Do you know what I mean? Like,
man,
you know
yeah.
their name and you're cool. And, oh, what are you working on today?
Yeah,
Oh, you can go harder. Like
Yeah.
you do little banter like that. And
That's
then,
how boys become
Yeah.
friends in the gym. Like
Mm.
sometimes you might
Exactly.
not
Yeah,
even know
that's
each other's
facts.
names. It's just it. But you're here at free. You're here at free.
You're here free.
Every Saturday, and
That's
your
it.
good vibes are
Yeah,
not
every
weird.
time I'm in there, you're in it. All right, cool. One time, hey, brother, spot me 1 second.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do that with women
Yeah,
too.
you could take like that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, guys, right. Well, let's head into the outro.
What happened to going quick?
You were enjoying yourself. Love
You went to
Island
you went
and
to
that
catch a
hair
tan.
had you.
Now you went to catch a tan.
to that homie. All right, let's wrap this up. Yo, shout out to all the hosts for showing up and doing their thing. And of course, shout out to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms because that's how we get our clout up and you know that's how the world works. Obviously, make sure you comment and share our videos. If you have a voice note or text message you want to send it to 075-6484-1073. That's 075-6484-1073. And of course, guys, like we've been telling you every single day, we are moving to a new platform where you'll be able to watch us live, right? So make sure that when we tell you where that's going to be, that you're there quickly. That's where the race is going to be. Remember the race? That's what it's going to be. So make sure that you listen to us when we tell you about that. And of course, if you want to inquire about the show or wish to feature on the show, email the team at thedayafter@thenewblxck.com. Black has an X. Have a wonderful Friday and weekend, guys.
That kid,